Yay! Well, I think it is 12:02 and the theme of today is going to be Catherine being on time. We will see if that happens, but I'm really excited. Oh my goodness. So I've never done anything like this before. I've only ever had me on my stream, and I'm going to be interviewing 8 different devs today, as well as Tim Cullings from Seattle Indies. It was very, very kind of him to ask me to host this interview on my stream. And all of my nervous energy is just gonna come out as excited energy. That's what's gonna happen. Hopefully there will be no technical difficulties that I can't work around. All the fingers crossed, cross all the digits, however you do that. Welcome to everyone that is here. It's really nice to see all your faces in text. Every time I see your face in my mind, I see Tremor, Tremmoir. Let's see here. What do I want to say other than just, I'm so excited. Oh, the creepy hand from the corner. Oh, you can't see that. Never mind. Hello, Melvin and Camel. We got Seattle Indies modding in the house for today. Patrice is in here. Mana Break Studio. Hello. We even got an Andrew. How's it going? Yeah, good enough. That's going to be the logo of the stream. Yeah, good enough. Okay, no, it's going to be great. I have an amazing lineup of folks for you today. I'm starting with Lab Hero, which is Mana Break Games. I am a part of that game. I voiced the protagonist, Emma. We won for Compelling Protagonist yesterday, which is very exciting. And then I will have Mask Kid, which is a little bit like Undertale meets WarioWare, which I really loved. Pandemanager is a like city builder management style game, like SimCity. SimCity is something totally different. SimCity, but for a pandemic. Reminds me a lot of, oh gosh, the one where you have to like set apart a bunch of rules in the game. Oh, we have a cat coming just out of the corner. Hi. Hi, Brock. Then we have Nonessential, which is a beautiful, beautiful story of an essential worker. No, it's not time for you to play right now. Nonessential is a game about a non-essential worker, someone who was working in retail and then
who's a good Brock.
He is a good boy. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Then we have Cat Colony Crisis, which is a little bit similar to Pandemanager. You are trying to basically herd cats and prevent them from getting sick. Together is another beautiful narrative story. And then we have Outbreak in Space. Hey, stop it, you. I'm doing important business here. You don't get to play with a toy. And then, so Outbreak in Space is almost like a little Zelda run around do quests in order to save this colony of aliens from the pandemic. And Smash the Curve is an amazing one to finish out on. You're basically playing Breakout, but you're playing Breakout with real-time curves for 100 different countries. It's so cool. I know, Brock is trying to get the spotlight. I mean, he's pretty good at it, though. Okay, so now, without further ado, I'm going to bring in Tim Cullings from Seattle Indies to talk a little bit about the game jam, the sponsors, all this good stuff. Oh my gosh, of course now he wants to be a part of the stream. Mom, look at me, I can be famous too. All right, we want like a few seconds of Brock playing with a ball. Are you happy now? Yes, he's happy. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna go grab Tim. All right, and now we have a Tim. Can you share your screen, good sir? I mean, not share your screen, sorry. Share your camera.
What's that?
If we could get your camera on, I will make us live.
Okay. Okay, wait for a second. I got you. My cat's jumping up on me.
Is your cat also being rowdy? Mine wants to be a part of the stream.
Yeah, mine like starts to flip out every time I like go on a video call or something.
It's like they have to be a part of the spotlight, you know?
Right?
All right. I see you, and we are good to go. Dun, dun, dun. Hi, Tim. Welcome to the stream. Let me know a little bit about this jamming the curve thing. Why are we here?
Oh yeah, thanks for having me and thanks for hosting the stream today. Back in about January, Rick Thomas from the lab from the National Academy of Sciences pinged me about wanting to do some sort of game jam related to the pandemic. And I said, okay, and we started kind of having a chat about that. And then having worked with Indicate earlier in the year on Climate Jam, I reached out to them and asked if they were interested in doing something like that with us. And it turned out that they were already like pretty far along in planning something with the Georgia Tech and Costa Incore from Europe. And they had just done a complexity jam that they used the Georgia Tech models to do make student games with. Basically a bunch of students from Georgia Tech made games using that, and we decided to team up and move forward and make this into something bigger and do a whole what became Jamming the Curve. What came out of that, you know, it was a multinational, multi-group effort of organizers from all over the world.
Yeah, wow.
Hold on.
Your cat wants to be a part of the stream just like mine.
Yeah, they decided to start fighting.
Man, I love
Anyways,
your background. This is like
oh, thanks.
such a crazy explosion of amazing nerdness behind you.
Right?
So yeah, as far as sponsors go, we have Lab X at the National Academy of Sciences. Indicate was a huge part of this. They did a big stream last night to announce the winners. Georgia Tech, the CDC, Cost, is it Indcore? Is that how you say
Yeah.
that?
Mm.
And of course, Seattle Indies. Though, so thank you so much for having me and having me host the stream. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing all these folks
Yeah,
that you wrangled.
we had some really amazing games come out of this. It was like about a 2 week jam, and I'm excited to see what they have to say.
Your cats really want to be on stream. I love it.
Right?
And have you personally played all these games?
I played all the all the ones that were on the stream yesterday,
Okay.
just to sort
I love it.
of.
This
Yeah,
is a very cat friendly stream.
I guess they're not happy with each other right now.
Oh no. I'm sad. And so as far as the games that you played, were there things that stood out to you as being really innovative because of the nature of this game jam being based on real data?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, there was a lot of really innovative stuff. I mean, all the award winners were great. Outbreak in Space was good. Pandemanager has like a ton of data in it that is a lot to absorb, and it's impressive what they did in a game jam to make something that complex with so many different systems.
Yeah.
Uh, like you said, Smash the Curve was interesting take on like a breakout style game using real world data. So there was quite a spectrum of different games and game ideas that used all the different data and the research mentors that we had available to make their games like
Yeah.
meaningful and also based on like real world information.
Very cool. Do you think that Seattle Indies will try and be a part of more things or maybe host yourself more like jamming for good kind of concepts, like using this for good?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we started Games for Our Future 2, 3 years ago now with the University of Washington and the Science Center, Pacific Science Center, to do climate change based game jams locally using researchers from the University of Washington, and then people that the Science Center knew came in and helped us out with those. So we had planned to expand that out to more cities this year, but due to the pandemic, we shifted gears and teamed up with Indiecade previously back in April to do Climate Jam, which
Oh,
was an
right.
all
Yeah.
online jam. Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing more.
Cool. Do you want to do a quick plug for the Slow Jam coming up before I bring in our first interview?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the Seattle Indies Slow Jam, which starts next month on November 6th and runs all the way until the 22nd.
Okay.
It will be all taking place on our Seattle Indies Discord, which I'll post links to in the chat. And you can sign up now. And the theme suggestions are happening through the end of today from our Patreon supporters, and then people get to vote on their favorite for what the actual theme of the jam is.
Okay. Very cool. Looks like Andrew got you.
Right.
He's on the ball.
Awesome. Thank you. Great.
Throwing all the links in there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have maybe one more minute. If you want to pop on back into the waiting room and make sure that they're all good to go, and then I'll pull them in right at 12:15.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thanks. All right, so as I said, we have 8 different games that I'm going to be playing while I interview folks. I've got a bit of an interview question lineup, but if there's anything specific that you want to ask the developers, I am keeping an eye on chat. I might not be as interactive as I normally am on stream. For some reason, Brock wants to be way more interactive than he normally wants to be on stream, so we're switching places. If only he could mod chat, that would be really useful. But the first team that I'm going to bring in today are the team that I worked with on the game Lab Hero. It is a game about a nurse who is trying to manage this not necessarily like super real world situation, but she's trying to develop a vaccine by taking care of patients from home. But she also has a baby. So we're going to talk to Steven and David about their experience. They made this game in about half the amount of time as a lot of other folks because they were working on a different game jam beforehand. So I'm gonna bring in them in just a minute, so I will be right back. All right, friends. You are
Hello.
live auditorily, but I just need you to turn your cameras back on, and then I'll display them on the stream.
Awesome.
And we're having some trouble with lag.
Okay,
So it might take a little while for us to answer after you ask the question.
no worries.
Just
Yeah.
Just make sure to mute the stream because I'm going to share my screen inside of Discord here.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going to get that up. And almost there. We are compiling the web assembly.
I mean, I'm glad it works because sometimes for some browsers it doesn't, work very well.
Yeah, it's been working fine for me on Chrome.
That's good.
Yeah, Chrome usually works, just like Internet Explorer and stuff like that.
Okay, let me refresh it.
This is not working.
Just decided that one time, of course. Give me an error. It's all good. We got time.
I mean, if it's worse come
the
worse, I guess you
people-
could just download it.
Yeah, no problem. It's still compiling. We'll see what happens. Discord also decided to be helpful and not have me on top like I thought it was going to. So I need to rearrange our little windows real quick. So 1 minute, everybody.
Do that.
It really doesn't want to compile.
Let's see if it works for me.
There we go. It just decided to take its sweet time, but we are good. I just need to resize one window since it is showing not my camera. And then I will be done. Ready to go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, this is why I put padding into my schedule. Because I've done enough hackathons and live demos in my life to know that inevitably something is going to go wrong, and that is okay. All right, I think...
Especially in the first stream with the first 2 people.
Which, admittedly, I figured you would all be nice to me if I mess something up, and so that's why I have you went first. All right, this is good, this is good. And there. All right. Dun dun dun. We're back. And Brock really wants to be on stream, but I'm gonna have him go over here for now. All right, let's do this thing. Hello, Stephen and David. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for your patience while I do things live. Tell me a little bit about this game.
No problem.
Tell me a little bit about the game and how you got involved in the game jam in the first place.
So yeah, I mean, basically we were just streaming through itch.io, and then we just saw this jams on the jam section, and then we were like, we saw Indicate was hosting this jam, and then we were pretty curious, and then we saw it was based on COVID, and then we thought, it was pretty interesting because we have taken part in quite a few jams before, but not a more serious based jam. Like usually the themes are all like something very casual or like just not very serious topic. So yeah, I mean that's the whole approach. We were like, yeah, let's do it. It's something different, something new. Let's go for it.
Great. Well, I personally love the game, but I'm a little bit biased because I'm in it. Was this a completely new style of game for you? I know you've done a lot of mobile games in the past.
Yeah, I mean, like we have to be honest, we do work on more when it comes to 3D and stuff. We do work on more mobile games, but when it comes to game jam, because it's more convenient to package it, and it's like much easier and it's less stressful with the PC build. So that's why whenever we make a game jam whenever we make a game for a game jam, we just go for a PC build. So I guess we've done it before, so it's not really that new to us.
Well, cool. Oh, let me make sure I unmute here. So if you could describe this game real quick, what do you think overall you were trying to achieve with this?
Well, the game is about a nurse called Emma. And what we wanted to achieve is through a fun and educational way show people how serious COVID is, and how random people can help with hard situations as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit of about it.
I should quickly check on my baby James before.
All right. I have my baby James that I need to go take care of, but apparently some patients are coming to my house as well. All right, here, now we're dragging and matching. So with this, you sort of have some little interstitial reminders to people that you need to make sure to wash your hands and to wear a mask if you're not feeling well, or really right now, all the time. So I have my baby James here. I'm gonna hold in order to feed. I love there's a little bit of WarioWare-esque interactions in the game, right? But you've layered some really easy light concepts in with some really heavy topics and data and statistics, which I really love. It's never, too much at any one time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what, we just wanted to make the game very playable, because it was revolving around a serious topic. So we just wanted to make it more approachable to everyone, that, you have a bit of different gameplays here and there.
Oh, now we got a new one. We need a vaccine, medication. I love the emojis. Did you interact with any mentors while you were working on the game?
Sadly, no, because the thing is, we actually took part in the jam just 4 days before the submission time.
Right.
So
that's right.
we did not even get time to post the game for the milestone. So we really could not. But we would have it would have been really cool if we could have gotten in touch. But what we did do is we just saw the references on Discord where people would just keep asking questions, and we would always stay up to date with what's happening on the Discord chat. So that pretty much did help us. But yeah, it would be cool if we could have actually started a bit earlier and probably taken help from them as well.
Well, you guys won, and you only worked on this game for 4 days. That's such a huge achievement. So congratulations. Can you tell me a little bit more about this screen and what we're seeing here?
Well, in this screen, what we wanted to kind of gamify is how you can make a vaccine. So what we figured is that we can show a lot of, as you can see, daily updates, facts, data and stats around COVID and new studies. And every time you open this screen, you have new components to create a vaccine. And then also the daily updates and all of those things on the side will change. So it keeps you updated to how COVID evolves over time.
So am I a little, I was a little vaccine right there, and I was trying to beat back all of the COVID, right? Is that in layman's terms?
Yes.
All right, so I have a 25% effective vaccine that I'm gonna go and give, mini games. Here we go. So I have 2 patients. Stage 2, we got to stage 2. Apparently Tim says I'm a pro gamer because he was really bad at the mini game, but I played it a bunch because I play tested it. All right, so we have some new patients coming in for stage 2. If you had more time, what kind of things do you think you would have added or improved about the game, since you only had 4 days?
I mean, to be very frank, we really wanted to do a lot more, because it's a very vast topic and there's so much more you can do. So we thought maybe we could have a different map system, have different scenarios,
Sorry. It's been a while. It's been weeks since I played it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but basically what I was saying was we just wanted to do many things, maybe involve more games, maybe you could drive the ambulance or have different maps and different scenarios, maybe you could go to the factory which actually makes the vaccine, work on the dispatching of the vaccine and distribution of the vaccine, and more of just getting more COVID related gameplay into it. Yeah. Because we have only 3 rooms right now. We just have the lab, the house, and the outside area. So we could have added a lot more and added even NPCs which you could interact with. Right now it's only you and the doctor a bit, but...
Right. Mini game time. All right, so now I have squalene mRNA and CDB8 plus T cells. I don't know what any of those things are. I'm sure if I read more, I would probably understand. But I'm also not a scientist. Yeah, look how much better I am. Woo! Taking him down. Oh god. Oh.
That was cool.
Pro strats. Yeah, 65% effective. This game is so cute. I love it. Would you like to see and maybe even participate in more jams that are about good or, social issues, climate change, things like that? Is that something you're going to be looking for in the future? I can repeat the question if that was unclear.
No, I thought David's going to catch that. I don't know if he's stuck or he's just bailing out on me.
All right,
lagging so much, so I'm scared to start talking.
But me and David spoke about this, and yes, of course. I mean, we honestly think games are a great medium, of showing emotions and stuff. And the fact that games are interactive, it really makes it more meaningful. So we can actually make those emotions come to life when you actually put the play into different scenarios, give them the choices. So yes, I think it would be great for us to take part in such competitions and do more sort of a serious jams.
Yeah, I just love the concept of gaming for good. There's so many people who can digest concepts that are really complicated, but in these easy ways that are, Don't be cool and wear sunglasses. Wear your mask, folks. It's almost got me. I wanted to be cool. All right, here we go. 2 more patients.
And just to add to the question, we feel that learning through games is a very fun way to learn, and it's something you do in a safe environment, which makes things and information stick better. It also gives you the chance to actually relate to a subject in real time while playing the game.
Right, yeah. As Melvin points out, you can wear shades as long as you also wear your mask. These are important distinctions. Oh.
True.
Yeah, probably we can have emoji with both of them as well from anime.
This game is so great. I love it. What was one thing that you maybe learned during the jam?
I am so close to getting a working vaccine.
Either about the pandemic or game development that you want to share with folks? Oop.
Well, we learned a lot about gamification of serious topics, like how to, as I said, like show serious things to people through a fun and engaging way. Also, of course, we always improve how we work as a team, how we communicate things, how we get things done.
How many game jams have you two done together? Do you know? Is it countless?
Yeah, I mean, me and David have been working for the past 2 years now, and like initially we did start working together with a game jam itself. I think it was a global game jam, which we took part in 2018, end of 2018 or something. But yeah, I mean, like we've taken part in quite a few game jams, you know, and like that's what's truly helped us, you know. And I feel game jams are a great way to, you know, just boost your skills and just make you work more faster and, you know, get your brain to work faster in a more tighter spot, you know, where you have like a fixed amount of days and a deadline and submission. So it's really awesome.
Right. We have a question from Seattle Indies. Did participating in the game jam impact your own behavior or feelings about the pandemic?
Yes, of course. Well, to be honest, I think what really happened to us was we were caught up in our own world because we were doing other projects and we don't really go out, right? Because we always just doing our projects and working together. So we did know that, okay, COVID's happening, you know, things are happening, but taking part in this jam, it actually shed a lot of light on us, like in terms of like, okay, you know, what are the actual stats, how serious it is, you know, it really helped us in that way.
Yeah. I'm so glad. It's really great for a game jam to not only teach you things about like making games, but also things about the world too. That's something unique that I don't think people would normally get from a regular game jam.
Come on, Catherine, you got this.
I know, I got this, right? So close. All right, I'm safe to go inside.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't bug because I think you died.
I think I maybe died twice.
Yeah, because there's this like silly bug that we have with death, which the game just doesn't go to the end screen. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen. See.
We'll see. We are almost done, so I might not be able to show people the game ending, but the ending is really cool, and you have to make a really hard decision at the very end, which I think is really impactful. So maybe I shouldn't finish it, so that then other people can finish it and play and see the ending themselves. But I will feed my baby one last second. One last time. Juggling being a parent and also having to work during pandemic is also an interesting little side nugget that you get from this game. I can't imagine having a giant full-scale lab inside of my own house, but, you know, teach their own. All right, well, I will stop here and say thank you so much for coming on the stream and talking with me about the game. It was really great having you two. I know you're in different time zones, and it might not be an ideal time for you to be on, but I really appreciate your time, and let's go after that $20,000 grant.
Yep. And yeah, thank you as well, you know, for inviting us and hosting this stream. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, folks, check out Lab Hero on itch.io. If one of the mods wouldn't mind putting the link in chat real quick, I would appreciate it. And I will say goodbye to you for now.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. right, and I'm gonna have the next person in here. We got Mask Kid. Just give me 1 minute to get this all set up again. Hello, hello.
Hey.
How's it going? If I could get you to turn back on your camera, perfect. Of course,
Yeah.
Discord is being so silly and having us switch places, which is so helpful for me. Just, you know, doing things on the fly as you do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch around some stuff. Folks on the stream can hear you, but not see you yet, just so you know.
All right.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, you too.
All right, we've got... this. This reminds me so much of having to do demos live at hackathons. You just always had to have like your plan A, your plan B, and plan C. But it teaches you to be on your toes, and that is all right by me. What I've now learned, I had a theory that maybe if someone joined the channel and their name started before K, that it would swip around Swippy Swappies, the views, and sure enough it did. So, trust your instincts, folks. That's what we're learning today. All right, so I am going to do one quick thing here where I remove all this text. Gonna just hack the Gibson real quick, and I'm gonna run game. Almost done here. So Arda, how is that how you pronounce it? Is it Arda?
Yeah.
Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm very fine. It was kind of late evening, late night in Germany.
Yeah.
Here.
I tried to get you on real quick so that I could
Yeah.
make sure we can get you to bed at a reasonable time.
No, it's gaming night now. Afterwards.
What have you been playing?
Lately, some of my friends got involved to Among Us.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Even now in Minecraft. But I saw you were playing Ikenfell. I hope that's the correct pronunciation.
Oh, it's so good. I absolutely love that game.
Mother Vibes? Because I bought it but couldn't get my hands on it.
Yeah, I've been playing it on Steam. It's got some really wonderful characters in it so far. I haven't been able to get super far. I've only played about 6 hours of it on stream, but...
That's what you can say for long game.
Sorry, let me turn off this music and transition over here to being live. Soon as it figures out that it's happy. All right, so Mask Kid, you made this amazing game. It's so cute. It seems like a lot of inspiration between like WarioWare and like Undertale. Were there any influences there?
Yeah, you can say that exactly.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Your camera is live now, just so you know. We are good to go here. Make sure that's good. This is good. Mask Kid. I think I understand the mini games. I was playing them last night, but there are some hard ones. The one where you have to put masks on people is difficult. So I'm gonna hit start
I
here.
heard that. Okay, I heard that a lot.
Tell me a little bit about your game. What was the inspiration here? Well, I guess we talked about the inspiration, but what did you hope to sort of achieve from this?
We wanted to basically emphasize like daily behaviors that all of us have to do every now and like. We wanted to add some mini games also about washing hands or like putting the mask on or keeping social distance between people, and we wanted to, as I said, emphasize the importance of them and basically empower the people, right? Because like by making these daily challenges, we are participating in this struggle in overall.
Yeah.
And we find it very important.
So that was me as a lady with a shovel attempting to fight away someone who's trying to get within my 1.5 meter distance, which, okay, there we go. Say hello from a safe distance is what we're learning from that one. And then this one, ooh, I did it. All right, everybody needs to keep their mask on. So this is like where you're pointing at someone. You're pointing at two people like in class that aren't wearing their masks. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, in the metro.
And
we want to keep this like fast, not the lecture type of game, but like still informative type of gameplay we wanted to hang on to. That's why this WarioWare stylish.
And tell me a little bit about the R value here.
The R value is the value that basically how many person that someone who is infected spreads. And by keeping these daily tasks, like following these daily tasks, we are helping to keep the value low. Here's the explanation, actually.
Okay. So it's the number of people that one infected person will pass on a virus to. So if the R is 3, this means on average, one person is spreading to 3 people. But we have an R value of 0.6 because I was really good at the button clicking one, although not so great at staying away from people in crowds. And I was okay at pointing to people who didn't have their mask on around me. So that was, on average, if I'm infected, I would have spread it to probably one person on average.
Yeah, like 6 people out of 10. So.
6 out of 10. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Did you, was this a totally new kind of game for you? Have you done silly, fun little WarioWare style things before?
No, because like it's kind of challenging to make these tons of mini games, like full game type of mini games every now and then.
Yeah.
But we did kind of mobile-ish games with my teammate, Dr. G, and yeah.
Well, I love it.
Because
I think it was so
both
clever.
of them are not, both of us are not artists. We have to keep some simple style, as is that Undertale-ish style, like 1-bit style sometimes. Yeah.
Like the true programmer style.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love it. I think it works so well. And pixel art is, totally making a resurgence. Things like Undertale are so incredibly popular, even though they're not, super high def graphics. It's really more about the concept and message that you're putting forth here. Do you think, if you had more time, would you have added more mini games? Like, did you have other ideas in mind?
Exactly. We actually wanted to make like a secret level for your stream, but we couldn't make it, so we're a bit sad about it. Where the kid has to go to the school and has to face some challenges, kind of like a boss level type of style that we wanted to go for.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're still gonna do it in the following weeks. We want to make like a version 1-on-1, and still this game.
I'm gonna try and get an R value of less than 0.6. See if I can do better than last time. This is the one I need to do better on. Aha! There we go. Smooth, as always.
As always.
Did you get a chance to interact with any of the mentors during the game jam? Oops.
No, sadly, because like the lab hero, we were kind of late, started up late to the jam also. We had some other priorities, both of us, and we missed the prototype milestone, basically.
Gotcha. Well, you made an amazing game even without mentorship, so heck yeah, good on you.
Yeah,
Say hello
thanks.
from a safe distance. Hello. Are you in Germany right now?
Yeah, I'm in Cologne.
Okay, you're in Cologne. Well, hello from Seattle. We are saying hello from a safe distance. I did it. Good job, me. Ooh, we're doing better this time. How do I get through these people? Oh! Okay, we did it. It was dangerous. It was a little touch and go there, but we did it. Let's see
better.
here. Sorry?
You're doing way better now.
Thank you. Thank you. We're already down to 0.4. I mean, would you like to participate in more game jams that would be, either for social good, helping with the pandemic? Do you think you'll continue developing this game?
Yeah, like when you asked to the previous contest participators, I thought about it, and with my teammate and I, all of our games that we did were political anyways. So these social issues create like a big importance for us.
Yeah.
And we think that making these games are helping like spread the word through either to the game developers or to the gamers and make everybody more aware of them. And I think helping a good cause about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would definitely want to continue doing this throughout our careers, I would say, yeah.
Nice. How many game jams do you think you've done before?
So I think 4 or 5, more or less, yeah.
4 or 5 others?
Yeah.
Patrice is curious what kinds of political games you mentioned.
I can link them in the chat.
Yeah, please do.
This interview is done. So we basically made like a game which is about this racist character racist triangle white character learning about other colors. It's confusing him, so he's afraid of them, but it's just to be more familiar with them, he learns to accept them.
You're breaking in and out a little tiny bit. Could you just repeat that once?
I think we have this little character called Donald, the little white triangle, which is afraid and hates other colors and shapes.
Oh, okay.
As he goes through this process, learning them, and he becomes more familiar with them and starts not to be afraid of them anymore.
Got it. Okay. Wow, what a cool idea. It seems I've seen some other games within this game jam and other game jams that using aliens or shapes or animals to get across hard concepts that we might not be ready to consider humans doing can be a little bit easier for our brains to approach without having to also confront, oh wait, but this is something that I might be doing, like, oh, it's just a shape doing these things, and then you can kind of internalize it at the end or over a period of time.
Exactly, but I think it doesn't create the barrier of looking at through the real glasses and then having them when you finish or when you get away from the screen, then you make yourself realize about them.
Right. Yeah. Well, this is so cool. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the game? Maybe things that you learned during the process of making it?
I mean, like every time we participate in the game jam, I find it very cool to see other people's approach to these issues. For example, there was in this game there was simulation games which took the perspective of a big state machine, or there were games like Nonessential who took it like a more personal approach to stuff, and seeing how people personally affected to something that all of us are experiencing. I think that was very cool to see. And it was very cool to work with my friends again, because we haven't gamed since more than a year, I think.
Wow.
So that was also very nice.
Very cool. All right, do you think I can get a perfect score if I try this again?
I believe in you.
You believe in me? Okay. Can you get a perfect score every time now if you play and play test?
No.
No?
I can't get away from people so much now.
That one's definitely the hardest one. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Pointing fingers. Whoop. Right. You know, playing this made me miss WarioWare so much. I really want to find my Game Boy Advance somewhere in my house and play that topsy-turvy one. Mini games are just so satisfying because you get it, like you finish one and you get that little kind of like burst of dopamine, like, I did it! Instead of having to play an entire game. Whoop! Alright, I think the key on that one is I just have to go fast. Gotta go fast, like Sonic. And boom! Alright. What initially attracted you to this game, Jim? Oh no! That one's hard!
You can get the... Oh, you got an almost perfect.
Almost perfect. I missed one again.
Yeah. We received actually an email from one of our professors here at Cologne that maybe will be interested.
Ooh.
Yes, we got him up. Yeah, then with each other, with my teammates, and decided to join.
Okay, cool.
As I said, this social issues are always in part of our works before, so we want to participate in it.
Yeah. Are you gonna do any other game jams while we're all stuck at home?
I think we're just gonna first continue to do this, as I said, boss levelish thing that we want to add in the mask kit.
Cool. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me when you do more of them, because I love mini game things like this. I think it's great.
I'll send it to the Discord channel.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you want to post the political one in the Discord channel, that would be great. Or anything else that you want to promote. Well, thank you so much for being on the stream. This has been great to talk to you. It's nice to see your smiling face. And congratulations again on being one of the honorable mentions.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure to be here. And I think my teammates would be send hello to you also, and to everybody who's watching.
Great. Say hi to your teammates for me. 3 cheers for Mass Kid. All right, I am going to throw you back over to the waiting channel, and then I will be right back. Thank you again so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time, even though it's late at night. So have a great time.
It was a real pleasure. Thank you also.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lucas. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hi. If you wouldn't mind turning back on your camera real quick.
Will do. Hold on. There we go.
Hey, there you are. Hello, hello.
Hi.
All right, I've got the game loaded up. The music is beautiful. It's just such a little calming presence for something that's about to get very stressful. It's a little bit of a tease. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday.
I'm doing fine, thank you. Happy Saturday.
Good, good. Congratulations on winning yesterday. This is so exciting. I can't wait to play it. I didn't want to ruin it too much for myself, and also there's so much going on in this game. I started reading the how to play, and I was like, I'm gonna continue when Lucas can help me. All right, so I am going to start a new pandemic, and maybe you can walk me just through a little bit of an overview of the concept for the game, how you implemented it, and a little bit about how I should play. Give me those hot strats.
Can do. Will do.
We're loading, so maybe you can just tell me a little bit about how... Oh, there we go. We're good.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I can see you playing the game on...
Can you go into Discord, and there's a little window that says, like, stream?
Yeah.
If you click on watch stream...
Yes, I can see a screen that says refresh or click to reload. I'm not sure if that's intended.
Because I am sharing the wrong thing. That's why. Good call. Change windows. Here we go. How's that?
Okay, that's much better.
Does that actually look like your game? Perfect.
It does. Okay. So first things first. What was special about this game and was our target of it is we wanted to build some sort of large-scale simulation of a city that actually really exists. So the map that you're seeing right now is based on Passau, which is a city in Germany. We based it off of that. And well, you can see you have a giant population that is just doing their daily tasks right now. So if you zoom in, you can see them happily living their lives. They're just probably it's nighttime right now, so they're going to clubs and so on. If you speed the game up a little, you can actually see them
vroom vroom
like that. Exactly. And like at 6 a.m. you'll see them start heading to work and do things that you do. They go to school, they go to childcare, just like in real life. And your goal is to try and make sure that, by the way, you might want to slow down now. I'll explain why in a second.
Okay, here we go. It's 8 a.m. Time to do stuff.
Okay. So, you can't see it right now, but there's already a virus outbreak going on in that city, probably.
Oh no!
The reason you can't see it is that the people who are infected haven't been tested yet. So you have no idea who's carrying the virus right now.
Got it.
And that makes it really difficult to respond to that as of now. And there's already several things that you could consider right now. You could try and click individuals and just test them. Just like each of the individuals that you see running around, you can click on them, and you'll see actually their personal information.
They're going so fast. How do I click? Oh, there we go. I found Anna.
Okay. All right, so you can see she's 34, just enjoying the fresh air right now, and is heading for her apartment. She's already got a couple of known contacts, and as of now, we think there's very little risk that she's infected, but we can't tell for sure yet. So what you could try is you send her to being tested now by clicking the small test icon, and she's heading straight to the doctor's office.
Okay.
And if she is infected, which is unlikely because she's just one of 2,500 people, you'll get an infection report shortly. But that's just one way to approach it, right? Another thing that you could do immediately is you could click one of the building categories. You can do that either by clicking it directly on the map, or by opening the menu on the left.
1 second, it looks like the game froze on... I'm just gonna make sure. I think maybe the auto hook is being weird.
Okay, it's still running on the Discord stream, so...
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't crash. That would have been like really embarrassing right now. Okay, we're 5 minutes in, it crashed.
No worries. I'm just gonna try and refresh it. Yeah, it's interesting that it's still stuck. All right, 1 second. Let me see if I can remove it and then add it back in. This is 100% not your fault.
I hope so.
You're doing great. How about while I'm doing this, can you tell me a little bit about how you found the game jam and why you decided to get involved?
Well, actually, that's probably a pretty similar story to what most other people had. I was just browsing the game jams for itch.io, and we spotted that there. So actually, we're a university group who worked on this, or, well, university group of 3 people. And we sort of saw that on itch.io and decided, yeah, that's something that we would like to work on, and eventually this came out of it.
Excellent. All right. Did you get a chance to work with any of the mentors on the game?
Sorry?
Did you get a chance to work with any of the Jamming the Curve mentors?
Yes. Well, yes and no. Initially, we interacted fair bit with the mentors. Towards the end of the game jam, we just got in a situation where there was like the game that you're seeing right now. It's incredibly complicated, and to be honest, we simply ran out of time to communicate everything that we implemented to the mentors. Although that would have been amazing, of course, because then you can make sure it's really scientifically accurate and so on. But we didn't have the time for that, because if you implement it and then you communicate everything with the mentors to make sure it's correct, then it just takes twice as long.
Yeah.
But we did still use scientific papers and looked up the information, of course, so our numbers did not appear out of thin air. So it's still fairly accurate, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, big shout out to all the mentors, by the way. It was amazing to work with these people. And what was especially cool is that, just in case, you would get stuck, or there's like that very specific thing that you would like to know and that you can't find anywhere, then you have someone you can ask. That helped so much, and that's this game jam. Just, feeling of them being there.
Right. All right, I think I got it back working again.
Yeah, very good.
I tried a different capture method, so hopefully this works out fine. I think it's working well. Chat, I'm sure will let me know as soon as they see it.
Okay.
Just because I need to get that centered. All right, we're good. So tell me a little bit about all these different regions here.
Yeah, so you have a really large variety of building categories where you have individual policies that you can implement. So you can just click one of those icons and it will tell you what it is. So yeah, just choose one. Okay, so you chose shopping, and now you have on the left you can see different policies that you can implement. So you can just click one of them and it will tell you, okay, if you can tell everyone to wear masks. You can, I just let you read them.
Yeah, so I can either do wear masks, social distancing, require registration, security is currently at 50%, and limit visitor capacity is at 100%. So there's 5 different things I can kind of have as these toggles or dials that I can dial up and down.
Exactly. Well, in this case, it's 5, but for others, you have different policies that you can implement. So each building has individual policies, which makes sense because we have a policy ban alcohol as well, because that's like something they did around here a lot, and apparently it had an effect. But that, of course, only makes sense it doesn't make sense in childcare. We realize you don't typically have alcohol there, but in clubs, for instance.
Here we go. I'm going to ban alcohol.
Exactly.
Teetotaling Catherine, here we go. I'm not really, that's not my thing, but...
Yeah. Well, and the policies that you implement have different effects. So you can see you have happiness, you have economy, and you have conformity.
Okay.
And depending on these values, people behave differently. Like if conformity is very low, then you can implement policies all you want, the people just won't stick to them. Similarly, if you have too many policies in clubs, for instance, then the happiness will drop too low and the people will start disliking you and you lose. And if you, for instance, close down all shops and all offices, that wouldn't do any good to your economy. And yeah, you can sort of just
this seems
experiment
important.
a bit. Yeah, it is. Like, no spoilers, but without wearing masks, you run into difficulty very quickly.
So maybe, like, as a first step, should I just go through and make sure everyone wears masks everywhere?
Yeah. Maybe. By the way, I'm making sure that you're clicking confirm on the button rather than the X.
I am definitely hitting cancel. Yes, you are correct. I am doing it wrong. Good job. All right. I was doing activate, and then because it was a red button, I automatically went to cancel. That's so funny.
Okay.
How brains work.
Well, maybe that's something that, you know, the developers could have addressed as well.
Yeah, developers. Have you ever played Frostpunk?
No, I haven't, but I've seen videos.
It's so good, and it reminds me so much of this. You are in this like post-apocalyptic world where you have to put in all of these policies, and yeah, there's benefits and, you know, detriments to all of these things. You're gonna make people unhappy, but you're trying to do the best you can for the, you know, the greater good.
Yeah.
How did you first get this idea?
Well, that's difficult to explain, I guess.
We got time.
Well, so I guess I was thinking to myself, how do you communicate the grand scheme of things to everyone? Because, like, you can read in any newspaper, wearing masks is important. You can read in every newspaper, keeping social distance is important. So everyone knows that, and still not everyone sticks to it. Because what I felt is, you don't see the effects on a large scale.
Right.
And that is what we try to accomplish with this. That's why we have such a huge population size as well, which was, by the way, from a programming point of view, terrible to implement, because
I bet.
Computers don't take kindly to having 5,000 game objects, we realized.
Nope.
So anyways, yeah, I wanted to demonstrate what policies do on a large scale, rather than just, you know, conveying information that everyone already knows.
Yeah.
And that's why we thought, okay, let's actually take a city. Let's take a city that really exists, even, like, we've like, it's not perfectly accurate, of course, but we try to, like, have the same amount of shopping centers, the same amount of clubs, the same amount of bars, so that this would relate to something that exists in reality. Because that's, I think, what was, to me, the interesting thing about this game jam. Like, how does it relate to reality? And yeah.
Yeah. How, did you say you modeled it after a real city? Or I saw someone in chat say that.
No, we did model it after a real city.
Okay.
It's called Passau. And, I mean, it's not perfect replica, so don't tell anyone, because if the people from Passau see this, they probably start throwing things at me. But it's like, it's a very large scale city, and this is actually, like, I think about 700 individual buildings that the people interact with.
Oh, I can click on buildings and houses.
Yeah, you can click on everything. Like, everything in
goodness.
this game is made. You can interact with absolutely everything. You can see the individual persons.
Incredible. Luke, how did you do this in just, oh my goodness.
It was a lot of sleepless nights, I think.
Patrice is wondering, you said your group was a college university group. Was it CS or a gaming department?
Like, a mix of things, actually. Like, I personally study computer science, but we have people from all types of different degree courses in our university group. So which I think is amazing, and it's so important, because I think that's also, like, very similar to jamming the curve. You couldn't have done this with just computer scientists to implement it. You need the people who know how the pandemic works, like the virologists, the people who know how the population responds to certain things. So there are so many different areas of science involved in this. I think it's a very similar thing for our university group, and that's what makes it amazing.
Oh, look at his little facial hair. Oh, this is so cute.
By the way,
test all these people.
Yeah. By the way, you can also, like, each of the characters has an individual, like a randomly generated look, and of course also age and different other variables that are actually invisible, that affect how they behave. And I feel like there was something I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was, but maybe I'll remember later.
No worries. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. What you did now is you turned on the infection view. That's why people are like black and white now. You can't see what the infection view does right now because you have no one who was tested positive.
Got it. Okay.
Because that will only happen on day 5 or so, I guess. It's not completely random, like it's based on reality, but that is random as well because the outbreak of the disease can take like anywhere from, I think, 5 to 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's infected on day 1, before day 5 they won't even notice symptoms. So it's gonna be a while.
I
but
love all these people. Who did all the artwork?
That was Marcel from our group. I'm not sure if he's in chat. Either way, big shout out to Marcel. He did amazing on the art.
Well done, Marcel.
Yeah, and also like big shout out to Tim, because without those two, I could not have done this. Like this was really a team effort, and it was amazing to work with them, and amazing to see what came out of that.
Yeah. Wow. This is so cool. I love this. I wanna. How long do you think it takes to sort of finish the game? Like, what's the final outcome?
Well, like actually, we've implemented a goal to last 1 year,
Okay.
which translates to about 2 hours, I think, maybe 2.5 hours. If you play it with, like, we're playing it at a very slow speed right now on ×1 speed. Normally, you would set it to ×3, maybe ×10.
Let's ×10. See these ants go. Look at them go!
Yeah, you just have to be careful if you set it to ×10 because maybe you'll suddenly have 10 cases, and then you have to deal with that all at once. So,
do any of them go and get themselves tested by themselves, or do I have to personally do that?
They do test themselves, but only if they're feeling sick. So if they don't have symptoms, then they just don't go to test. Or sometimes, if you're lucky, doctors will also randomly test them.
Okay.
But that's only a small chance.
That's a small chance. Okay. Wow, this is really based on a lot of, real life data and experience. I love that. I love games that are real.
Yeah, it's actually incredibly detailed as well. Like each of the persons that you see running around, as I mentioned, has their own personal routine that they follow. But they also have a family around them, and they'll meet more often with family members and with friends than with random people that they see. Like in the context list, the topmost entry, you can see
they have a child.
She actually has a child, for instance. And yeah.
And all these different acquaintances.
Yeah. What I found incredible is it's actually based on real data, as you said, and how quickly, like how many contacts these people have. Because like these are just the contacts of the last 2 weeks, and that's just, that's the thing that you don't think about in real life when you're standing in the supermarket. The guy behind you who maybe coughs onto your neck or something. It's all listed in those known contacts, and it's incredibly how quickly those known contacts blow up and who could possibly have infected this person. And that's the type of detective work that you have to do here.
Yeah, those neck coughers. Gotta be wary of them in the supermarkets.
Yeah. Now, actually, you might want to speed up to ×10 speed again, or else maybe no one will get infected before we run out of time, which would be a shame.
No infections, darn.
I guess technically you win then, but
I win. I'm a winner.
Like another thing that's interesting is at the bottom of the screen on the lower right-hand side, you can see 3 icons. One is options, one is the infection view, which we already tested, and exactly, that's the third thing that you can look at. We actually added that after we had submitted it because we realized that, after the judging was done, of course, just to make sure no one thinks this was rigged. But we realized this was something that was missing. So this is just an overview of everyone in the population, and you can sort them by different categories. Like you can click the things on the top, and it will sort them by either happiness, by conformity, or by their infection
very
risk.
unhappy.
Yeah, and that's actually a trick that's not so realistic. If they're very unhappy, it likely means they're very sick. So if you click that person now and test her, 99%
Quarantine!
infected. Okay. Yeah.
Go, Kayla,
and now
go!
you will actually want to slow down because this is where it gets stressful.
Okay, we have our first confirmed patient.
Okay, yeah, you can actually click the infection icon that popped up on the right-hand side now as well.
Oh.
The big, yeah, exactly. And it
All
shows
red. It's me. I'm infected.
Oh, yeah. Right, and she went to the doctor's office. She's staying there for some time now, waiting until she's healthy again. But oh no, she has 11 different contacts. And now you could go to each of these contacts and make sure they're tested.
I have to go. Okay, but then I'd have to go back to her and keep doing this.
Yeah.
And then this.
And you'll probably see, unless you were very, very lucky, that depends on how lucky your masks in the supermarket worked. But I think you'll have more than one infection now.
Okay. And are you going to continue developing this for the potential of the grant?
Not for the grant, no.
Okay.
Also not because I know how the source code towards the end looked like, because I wrote it.
You're like, I put that to bed, and now I'm never touching it again.
Well, maybe I would touch it again, but it would need like some reworks when it comes to how it was programmed, because initially, like the first 2 days we started out and had a really nice structure how we built this game, and everything was nicely organized, and then we slowly descended into chaos. And towards the end, it's just...
This person has so many contacts. How do I do this?
Yeah. That's exactly the issue. So,
stay at home, people. Stay at home.
You could do that. Like you can click housing and reduce the amount of contacts that everyone may have. Like
schools. I don't know what houses look like.
The top left. No, wait, that's not it. Sorry. The bottom right. That's it.
This one. Living.
Yeah, living. Yeah. By the way, we actually went around our city and took the photographs to use for these, for each of the categories.
Yeah. I am loving this so much. I am running out of time though. I wish I could keep talking to you.
I understand.
Lucas, your game is so complex and just jam-packed full of so much content and learning and real data. It's so good. So I encourage anyone and everyone, test out Pandemanager, try it for yourself, see if you can last a whole year and get all these folks under control.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time, and have a good rest of your evening over there.
Thank you. Have a nice stream.
Thanks. And Walking Wumpus, yes, there is a link to download it, as well as you can try playing it in the browser, that I think probably Seattle Indies or someone will link soon. You definitely should go try it out. I will be right back as soon as I go grab Brad from Nonessential. There, we got two of them at the same time. Now you have it twice. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me get this next one set up here. We have Nonessential coming up next.
Hello.
Hello. If you could turn on your camera real quick and mute the stream.
I can.
I am doing so well. I am so excited to talk to you.
Here I am.
We indeed. All right, let me get the game starting up.
I can watch your.
And then
Oh,
I
see,
will
good. Watch this.
share this real quick.
Ah. Ooh.
Perfect. Okay. We are loading. We are going over here.
Yay.
We are doing this. I still don't have a camera from you.
Oh, silly me.
Yeah, it
I
turns
do
it off
that?
when you change channels.
There you go.
Oh, of course it's gonna do
Hello.
that. Okay, 1 second. I need to swippy swap us because your name starts with a letter that is before my name.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
So Brad, tell me a
Yeah,
little
this is
bit
a
about
jam for
yourself.
sure.
How did you get involved in this game jam? What were you excited about for it?
Oh, am I on the stream now?
Your voice is, your camera is not.
Oh,
while I fix some
Gotcha.
stuff real quick.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name is Brad. Brad Kraling. I made the game Nonessential, and I got involved because the Seattle Indies group I'm a part of posted about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then I originally didn't join, and then 5 days into it, then I decided to join. I saw how much fun Patrice was having with it, so I wanted to give it a go.
Shout out to Patrice, another
Oh, yeah.
amazing developer who will see you later and talk to you later. So you joined this a little bit later than you maybe had anticipated. How did you come up with this idea? It's just such a touching, lovely story.
Yeah, I originally had an idea. I was thinking about joining like day one, and I had this idea, but I didn't quite. It wasn't a good idea. And then my friend Matt, who's the voice actor in the game, he has this really good. He has a really good voice. It's very like dynamic. So I really I've always wanted to cast him in a role, and I thought, what if I made a game about someone who's having a hard time, and what would that look like? And as soon as I started, like my head started turning, I'm like, okay, I can get Matt to voice it, and I can write this character. It all sort of fell into place.
Nice.
And it was very much a like 5 days into the jam, I was like, do I have enough time to do this? And I was like, oh yeah, we can do it. It's very much a it turned into like a I need to do this instead of like a I want to do this. I was like, okay, let's get it done. Let's make something. So
I mean, folks
really
can
cool.
just hear the music right now, and it's really calming and it's lovely. And it's the first game that I played, other than my own, it's the first one that I played just to try it out, and I was so happy that I did. It meant a lot to me.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
at that time, I wouldn't have known that I was going to be able to talk to you on stream and play this game. And I won't maybe ask you so many questions because I also want to listen a little bit to the game. And you said it was Matt?
Yeah, Matt. His he's good. He's a really good friend of mine, and it was funny to I pitched him the idea while I was writing it day one. I pitched him the idea. He was like, sure, whatever helps you, and it ended up being like 20 pages of dialogue. Like it's a long game. There's a lot of content. So he was a really good sport though, and he read the script word for word, stayed on script, and it worked out really well.
Well, what a great voice actor, because it does not sound, reedy or voice acted necessarily. It sounds, if you didn't know any better, it sounds like you just got this fun conversation and then you recorded it and you programmed it and sent it out,
Yeah.
So, sorry, we are live now, everybody. I had to switch around our cameras. But now you can see this lovely little non-essential screen and Brad's happy smiling face. All right, so let me do this and do this.
I brought the sound effects.
You did? How much fun! Oh, you're just such a treat. Okay. Let me do this, and we are good to go. I'm sorry.
yeah.
In that like whole craze of me doing stuff, is this based on a true story? If you're willing to share that or not, totally fine if not.
Not entirely. There's aspects of it that are true, I suppose, like inspired by like not only me but like my friends, things like my friends have gone through, a little bit of my family, but like it's a fictional game overall.
Okay.
There's truthful elements to it, but yeah.
Well, it's beautiful, and I'm gonna dive right into it, and we're just gonna
Yay.
maybe feel some feels, everybody, together.
This is so fun. It'll be fun to see, like, to talk. Maybe I'll interject on some parts.
Please.
If
Anything you wanna
Nathan
share.
allows me to.
Starring Matt. Was it Massoud? Is that
Massoud.
Matt Massoud. Well, thank you, Matt Massoud, for also being a part of this. As a fellow voice actor, it meant a lot to me. So we got some text messages here. I love the icon. It's so cute.
Thank you.
Yo, dude, what's up? It's seriously been way too long. Like, damn. How have you been? I feel that, dude.
Pretty much just all right.
All right, like Matthew McConaughey, like, all right. You know? Like,
I say
honestly,
that all the
I
time.
have no idea why that guy says that in like every movie ever. But like, if I was a movie director, you bet your ass I'd absolutely have him say that shit just for the memes. You know? You've been playing that Warzone lately?
I actually don't know about Warzone.
True. Yeah. Well, honestly, I got jack shit going on thanks to COVID, so that's the only reason I'm really playing it. Honestly, it's only been like 2 months or whatever the fuck, but I wish I was in your position of being too busy. Like, busy sounds good to me right now. It's weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice wants to know how long was the recording session.
I don't know. I lost my job a while back. Non-essential worker.
We had one recording
the technical
session.
term, I guess.
It's
been
we had one
sick,
recording
not gonna
session.
lie.
It was about
or it was at first
2 or 3 hours long.
It's like a really
just to
fucked
get-
up vacation that you kind of want to be
This
over.
was a
like at first, I was
interesting
like
game.
games and
For
shows
those that don't
all
know-
day, sick, bro. And I beat hella games.
It's so hard
I watched
talking
hella
over
shows.
Nathan.
Sorry,
I
one
ended
second.
up watching
it's
Tiger
fine.
King. I mean, that slapped.
I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit.
But now
We can go.
honestly just been bored. Like really bored.
All right,
It's
how's that?
weird.
Is all
Here's a
over?
pause. Yeah,
Okay.
here's a pause. So so we had a 2-hour recording session. For those that don't know, Catherine was actually in one of my other games, a swift and successful onboarding.
You know, but that was like
And,
7 years ago because it was pre-pandemic.
I know, it was the beginning. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Which thank you again for that because it's awesome. But that game, this game is in a lot of ways, even though they're thematically different. This is like a lot of the design on this was based off of like what I wanted to improve from a swift and successful onboarding. So in that game, you have a lot of freedom. Like you can do anything, and like there's so many different combinations and stuff, and that's great, and I love it. But for the player experience, whenever people said, they'd say, I played a swift and successful onboarding, I liked it. I never knew how their experience was because there's 4 different endings and there's so many different ways to get there. I was like, I don't really know what their experience was like playing it.
Yeah.
So especially for this, I wanted to kind of control that experience a lot more. And there's like different paths and stuff, but only one ending. But but I found out early on, whenever we were recording, that we couldn't take it line by line. Especially since it's so natural, it's so casual.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this was recorded monologue style. So if we messed up a word, we would have to repeat the whole thing again. Not have to, but it didn't flow. It didn't flow right. So the first session was 2 hours long for recording. And then after reviewing it, I was like, okay, I want to hit these notes a little more, or like I want to change the way we say this. And then we ended up having another we had to redo like half of the work we did, which Matt was such a good sport. He was such a good sport. We had to redo half the work, do another 2-hour session, and then a few days before submission, there was a few lines that needed cleaned up, so I had him do the lines.
Okay. Well, I missed a little bit. Well, the audience missed a little bit of the core setup here while I was trying to talk over it to you about the recording. So this is somebody who's calling you. They just lost their job because they've been deemed a non-essential worker, and now they're kind of bored. They're playing video games, and so now I'm gonna say, oh, remember Tiger King? That was so long ago.
I know. I picked this. This game is set. The exact date is May 22nd.
Okay.
And I picked. I feel like this was like the height of like, especially here in Washington, like the height of shutdown, like the height of quarantine.
Right.
And there's also like such a funny time, like the Tiger King part of pandemic when everyone's watching Tiger King and everybody's just trying to stay busy and entertained. So everything in the game stays true to that exact date. All the references, even like there's a part where he's talking about if you click that you do play Warzone, or if you sometimes play it, he talks about like an update Warzone just got that increases frame rate. That happened on, I think, May 19th, and now this is May 22nd. So literally everything in this game, everything in this game is super like this could have happened, and that was the whole idea. Is like I wanted a time capsule almost of like what was it like for my friends, for myself in a lot of ways, living during this time, this really weird time. So this is definitely like a time capsule in my opinion. All the references, all the memes he says, those were the memes that were like popular back then.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna select Tiger King was dope. Let's see what.
Oh yeah, it was dope.
Dude, Carol Baskin.
I haven't watched it.
For sure, set up Joe Exotic.
It's good.
Like I swear, like I think he's innocent, and I think she planted those dead tigers. I saw an article the other day that Trump said he'd look into pardoning him, and dude, I'm all in for that.
Oh my gosh.
Like that would be such a meme. Like fuck yes, dude.
Oh no.
Because yeah, that was going around a lot during this time.
Well, now I've caught myself in the fact that I've never seen the show, so I don't know what to respond.
Either or.
What do you think? What do you think, Brad?
She probably did plant those tigers. That's like the meme response. She didn't, but
okay, we're gonna do it.
Dude,
we'll do it for the memes.
But like for real though, like that show was seriously so good. Like I usually hate like really hyped up shows, but like it was such a slapper. Like, I mean, I thought about rewatching it, but
did you write all the dialogue?
It'll be as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I spent the first 2 days just on the script.
Like,
okay.
I
wrote most of it, and then I was editing it until our last recording session.
I'm actually looking forward to going to the grocery store. Like, what the hell? Like,
There's
just
so
to get out of the house.
All these minor
like,
things in our life that we take for granted,
I think
and
it was
not
like
anymore.
A week or so ago, well, my internet went down for like 5 hours, I think. And I swear, I actually didn't know what the fuck to do with myself. So I dead ass went to sleep. Like,
I feel that.
I went and laid down in
that
my
was
bed,
early quarantine me as well.
I fell asleep. I'm a madman, dude. Like, living the dream.
I was like, well, I specifically downloaded Witcher 3 so that I knew I would have something I could put hundreds of hours into, so that I wouldn't just go to bed at night.
This next part is actually the first bit of dialogue I wrote for the game.
Okay.
So this is where I got a lot of the tone from the character, just for fun backstory. This is the first thing I wrote. This next bit.
Sorry to hear about your job.
I mean, it was just a movie theater job. It's not the end of the world or anything. Like, I hated the job anyways, but it still fucking sucks. Like, there was this one time I was working popcorn with this girl, Kelly. and Kelly was putting way too much butter on the popcorn. And I was like, seriously, Kelly, you're putting way too much butter on the popcorn. And you know what she did? She rolled her eyes at me, and I was like, what the hell? And I remember thinking, man, I hate working with Kelly.
I just got chills.
And now I don't work with her. And it sucks.
And it sucks.
But yeah, I've just been a little restless and stressed out. I didn't qualify for unemployment, so your boy couldn't get the $600 or whatever. I've just been running around on almost non-existent savings. I mean, the $1,200 from Daddy Trump was nice, but
nice.
I'm about to run out of it. So I'm kind of hoping round 2 comes here soon.
And
I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do for rent next month. I've tried calling around and applying to jobs, but no one's gotten back to me yet. And most places are either closed or running with reduced staff, so I kind of hope things reopen here soon.
So like this is like really this game, like I wanted to make a game that focuses on like what people are like. This is such a hard time for so many people, and especially talking to my friends and things, like a lot of people were really struggling, especially if they couldn't get unemployment. That was like a huge thing, because and it was like this weird time of like, it's like a vacation, kind of like you just have to stay at home.
Yeah.
But how do you do that and not be stressed out if you don't have income, and if you don't it was just super hard for people. So I really wanted to make a game that like people could play and feel like they're not alone. Because I think that like especially now, especially like even before the pandemic, like people don't talk enough, in my opinion, about things that they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like everything in this script is super intentional. So like this is like a very gamer bro person talking about like his feelings and like how he feels about things, especially towards the end. And I feel like I wanted to give that message to people of like, it's okay to like struggle with things, and it's okay to talk about things. And so yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but
that makes a lot of sense.
I really wanted to make something that people could play and feel understood, and feel not necessarily like you don't have to agree with everything Nathan says in this script, because he kind of goes off the wall sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I wanted people to relate to like his heart, the character's heart, and like also relate to themselves in a way. So
yeah, it sounds like from someone in chat, it's really hitting close to home. And I think even for me, what I equate it to is the difference between quitting a job and already having a job lined up in, say, a month, and getting laid off from a job. You have the same amount of time, but there's so much background stress and worry and like low level panic. Versus, I have a vacation. I have a month. Yeah, let's do this. Like, let's have a great time, relax. You're in such a different mood. And so for this person to be laid off, non-essential, not knowing when quarantine's going to be over, it's not really a vacation. And yet you're like, okay, hope I have fun playing these video games.
Yeah, for real.
All right, I want to get to the end, so I'm going to keep going.
Go ahead. Yeah, sure, sorry.
Gosh, yeah.
I don't know, Chief. Worst comes to worst, I could always just move back in with my parents. If they'd let me. Like, hey, Dad, I know I was just getting my life started, but I really think I had an unfair start with all this COVID shit. I mean, stuff. Sorry, Dad. Yes, I know I shouldn't cuss. No. I don't usually cuss. It just kind of came out. Some bogus shit like that. Like,
you get all this background with their parents, like even in just a couple sentences. That's really powerful, Brad. I really love the writing in this game.
Thank you.
Hey, that'd be sick. But I'm not wanting people to like die or get sick or anything. Like, my mom is what you would call at risk or whatever. So if everything opened up and she got sick, I'd be high key really pissed off.
I've never heard
She
someone
doesn't
say
need all
high
that
key
added
anything
stress.
before. I've only ever
I've been seeing some
said
people
low
post
key.
like COVID is a joke. This is hyped up because it's an election year and all that. So maybe it's not so bad. But then I see other people saying like, yes, it is bad. Wear masks in your house. So I don't really know what's going on. And honestly, I've got my own shit to deal with. So it's just really exhausting. Now, personally, I wear a mask when I go get the groceries, but that's only because I got a sick looking one on Amazon that makes me look like a fucking samurai. Like, seriously, I look like a badass in that shit. Also, I don't have to fake smiles for people when I accidentally make awkward eye contact with them. So that's an added bonus.
It is
but
indeed.
Like, my parents are just hella afraid. Like, they watch the news all the time. Which, I mean, the news is fine. Staying informed is nice, you know? Like, I get it. But, like, my parents watch the news all the time. And they worry about everything they see on the news all the time. Like, straight up checking outside their windows to make sure there's no murder hornets. Like, murder hornets? Seriously? Like, if the runner doesn't get you, there's gonna be some fucking big-ass bee wasps that are gonna kill you in a single look. Like, okay, 2020, I see you.
So
but, like, my
zesty.
parents are just,
very.
like, just so afraid. And, like, I tried to see if I could come over and bring takeout or something, and they were like, no, you can't come over. You might have COVID-19. And I get it, but it's like, I've been alone for a long time. I just want to see my parents. And I don't like hearing fear in the voices of people I love.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I just noticed the time.
I
don't want to.
I know. I can't
I don't want
finish
to.
the game.
It's okay. It's a long. It's like a 20-minute plus game depending on how long the choices take.
Yeah.
So I can post it in the chat here for people to play it later.
Please do. If anyone needs just like a cathartic cry, a warm fuzzy hug, just someone. It's so real.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. It really is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really, really great stuff at the end. I'm a huge proponent for. There's a lot of stuff at the end about like misconceptions of what men are supposed to or supposed to not do with their emotions, and I think you address it in a really beautiful way.
Thank you.
And I really want to normalize, men especially
too.
having these feelings. So I would really highly, highly recommend anybody and everybody play it.
Also, I'm putting my Twitter in the chat. Hey, there we go. Follow me on Twitter. Yay. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate y'all.
Well done, Brad.
Okay.
The best self-promo ever. You have your own hype guy just built right in.
I know. It's built in. Yay. Thank you so much for having me. Whenever I saw that you were doing this, I was like, yay, Catherine's doing it. It's awesome. It's always fun.
It's been great to work with you on previous game jams, and I look forward to working with you again in the future.
Absolutely, and congratulations to all the winners of the games, and they're all really good. I'm super excited to see the rest of the stream.
Thanks, Brad. Congratulations on being an honorable mention.
Thank you.
All right.
Yay.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right, friends. Ooh, gonna need to get a Kleenex after that. All of the feels were hitting me again because I know what's coming. All right, gonna take a moment to breathe, and then I will be right back with our next guest. Oops. Sorry. Hey, Chris. I just popped you over into the live chat.
Hello.
Hello. if I could get you to turn back on your video, then I'm gonna do a little bit of Soupy Swappy. Sorry, I'm running a couple of minutes late. Thank you for your patience.
Problem.
I got all caught up in a very heartwarming story.
Yeah, I saw it. Very good. Oh my gosh, where's the video button? I think it'd be in the voice and video section, but I can't find it. Oh no.
And I'm gonna stream game. Where did it go? Cat Colony Crisis. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, now I see ya. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Where the heck is Cat Colony Crisis? Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was step 1. Step 2 is for me to rearrange these lovely screens because your name starts with a letter that is before K in the alphabet. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So Chris, how did you find out about this stream? Sorry, not the stream. My bad. How did you find out about the Game Jam?
Someone else in the group sent it to our Discord chat and was like, hey, we should do this. I looked at it and said, that's a good idea. I don't know how he found out about it, actually.
Oh, cool. So is this somebody you've done?
I think he's just a fan of Indiecade and was like, oh, cool.
Had you done previous game jams with them before?
Yeah. But never slow jams. Always the, like, weekend jams or whatever.
The intense ones.
Yeah, the 48 hours or the 72-hour ones.
Does that mean that you got to make a more complex game than you normally would?
Yes and no. The thing is, having more time doesn't always mean more complexity.
Yeah.
It usually just means more polish.
Okay.
So you can pump out an idea pretty quickly if you really put all your effort into it. But you can't always reliably polish that idea.
Right.
That's what I tend to find.
So like more QA and such going on.
And then also, I mean, having it be a slow jam means, you know, it's possible to pace yourself a bit more. It's not healthy to treat it like it was a weekend jam where you're not sleeping at all or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for a game jam that's about public health, I wouldn't want to kill yourself for it. So
it is always good to take care of yourself during these.
Yeah.
All right, I am almost ready. I'm just rearranging some cameras because my computer's being slow about it. Tell me a little bit about the game as an overall, what am I about to get into here?
Yeah, so Cat Colony Crisis, you're trying to prevent a mysterious infection from spreading on a colony of spacefaring cats. Essentially, you have two options when you select a cat, which is you can either test them or isolate them. The problem is that testing is pretty slow, so you're going to have to make some educated guesses and isolate people without exactly knowing whether or not they're sick. Or isolate cats, rather. They're going to have some pre-existing conditions. They might already be coughing, completely unrelated to having an infection. And you're just going to have to use some deduction skills to figure out what exactly is going on.
Okay.
And then if you manage to isolate all the sick from the healthy, then you win. Otherwise, you lose. And obviously, it will get harder as time goes on, as more and more cats get sick.
Well, this game is absolutely adorable. I was playing it a little bit last night, and every time I clicked on a cat, I got more and more excited about all of their names. Who came up with all of these adorable names?
It was a group effort, but most of them were me.
Do you have cats?
Document. I have two. Actually, I have a special guest right behind me. I'm not sure if you can see him there.
I will. Oh, I can see, but nobody else can see yet.
Oh, no.
As soon as I move. Okay, wait.
Well, let's have the first thing that the stream sees be the cat.
Yes, perfect. I am almost done. I just have to click one more thing, move this here, and then we're gonna be perfect. Dun dun dun. And transition. There we go. So what is this cat's name?
This is Simba. His name is in the game.
Oh, hi Simba. You have an orange baby as well. I have 2 orange cats.
I have another cat. She's not in the room with me though. And I kind of don't want to bug her because it's almost dinner time and she'll be very loud.
No worries. No worries at all.
Anyway.
Oh.
That's the special guest. And here's me.
Hi, Chris. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so this is Cat Colony Crisis. We have some initial sliders in the game. You have population. You can start, if you want like real hard mode, you can start with a bunch of people or a bunch of cats already being infected. And you can do pre-existing conditions and infection rate. This is all based on real data, I'm assuming?
Not really.
Not
no.
really? Oh, okay. No worries.
It's game design stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's all realistic as far as like this is how the pandemic spread, but all the numbers and stuff we just fudged it to whatever we thought was fun.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it looks like I need to make sure this is updating, which it's not at the moment. So I'm gonna do this, and this, and see if it updates. It's so weird. The game capture isn't working for me right now. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to do a window
It is
capture.
working on Discord.
It is on Discord. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
1 second, folks.
This is live broadcasting.
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, I have been doing this long enough that I know how to very quickly grab window captures and make it happen live. And source. Gonna grab the most adorable game of them all. What was your maybe biggest learning about either the pandemic or about game development while you were making the game?
Yeah, so it's a mix of both. It's just the absolute existential horror of exponential spread, right? Both as far as game development and game designing and real life. So as we were designing it, we like got into this situation where you're like, oh, there's one person sick. Oh, there's 8 people sick. Oh, the whole colony's sick. I lost.
Yeah.
Just immediately, and we were like, we need to slow this down so there's actually a game. And then, applying that to the real world is like, oh crap. One person gets sick, and the next thing you know, a whole town is sick.
Right.
If you act like cats do in this game. Alright, that looks to be working now.
Yeah. I put it on the wrong window, but that's okay. Y'all know that I'm doing this live, so it's not a shocker. Just need to resize this. Come on. Here we go. What's the main thing you hope that people learn from the game when they play it? Other than just cats are adorable, of course.
Yeah, that's big. I hope we get some cat fans, but
I have failed because I did nothing. This is a key learning here. If you do nothing, everyone will get infected. All right, here we go.
But yeah, the main message of the game is really that social distancing and wearing proper equipment. Like, as you'll see, some of these cats are wearing a mask and face gear and whatever, and they do a lot better than the ones that don't.
Zelda has a fabric mask and a face shield. Okay.
You can see that's giving her 17.5.
Versus just
protection.
The face shield of 7.5.
Yeah.
Marie's got nothing.
She's got nothing. So she's at high risk.
And recently
already.
nuzzled Zelda.
Yeah,
Zelda,
she's not social isolating either.
You are not socially isolating, even though you have good PPE on. Not so sure
Another thing
about
to
this.
remember is that it uses both parties. If one person has PPE and the other one doesn't, they'll still have a 17% protection.
Got it.
But if neither parties do, it's nothing.
Okay.
And this is true about the real world too, right? It does work both ways. You're not just wearing a mask for yourself, you're wearing it for other people.
Right. And I love the little isolation is all the way over here. If I close this, look at these little isolation chambers. They're so cute. Oh, we have someone sneezing. Go get tested.
So you've just marked them.
Oh, I've marked them. I need to go test this character. There we go.
Yeah, so you could mark people as kind of like, I think you might be infected, but I don't want to commit, so I can keep track of you easier.
You test
Same way
as well.
you can mark them as potentially not infected.
And I can only test how many people at one time?
2, but it goes up or down depending on how many you have. If you have more people, you'll get more testing chambers.
Okay.
Up to a max of, I think, 3 or 4? I don't remember.
I love that they fight and they nuzzle. What is this one? Had a conversation with Pumpkin? Oh! Uh-oh. Okay, Tiger is infected, so we need to isolate this character, and they go bye-bye.
So is Michael there, who just is now nuzzling Pumpkin.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
So you probably want to test Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, go get tested. Stop nuzzling people. Oh,
Yeah,
you also need to get tested.
Turning into chaos very quickly.
So much chaos. So much adorable cat chaos. Okay, sorry, here. What was your inspiration for choosing cats to help with this message of the pandemic?
I wish I could tell you that we had some grand plan of like, oh, it's cute, so people will like it more. But I think our artist who drew all the cats, she just didn't want to draw people.
Oh, you know what?
I think
that
she
makes
was
sense.
just like, I'm bored of drawing people, and I want to draw something cute. And she just started drawing cats, and we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it just kind of, you got to make yourself unique in whatever way you can, and that was just how we decided to do it.
Chonker, oh no!
More fun to
Oh
draw.
no!
Yeah.
Marie! Everybody's sick! This is what happens.
Yeah, it's looking bad in there.
It is. It is.
Fluffy is definitely sick. I think I saw Miss Cat is sick.
I have failed! The entire colony is infected! Oh no! This game is
You did a
so
little
cute.
better.
I love
That's
all
the
of this
better bit.
artwork. I did better than when I did nothing. So
Yeah.
there's a lesson for everyone as well.
Doing something is better than nothing.
Something is always better than nothing. Alright. Fitz, you go get tested, and you fought with Mr. Fluffy Pants. So you go get tested
Yeah,
too.
no personal protective equipment either.
It has no PPE. Sasha, oh no! Yeah, it's so hard when you can only test 2 different people. You're probably
And it's slow.
infected.
They take a long time to do it.
They are slow cats. I mean, so are they in real life too. They just kind of do what they want. I'm surprised that when you tell them to go get tested, they even follow your orders.
So yeah, you can't really rely on testing in this game.
Ooh, what was that?
There's just not enough of it.
Oh, were they good? They were fine? Oh, they were not infected. Okay. Who is infected then? Oh,
So because you only have one pre-existing condition, if you see more than one effect happen, you'll know that they're sick.
uh-oh.
So, like Mrs. Cat there, or Miss Cat just sneezed. But if they do anything else, like if they get a headache or something. Or,
Okay.
actually, I know they're infected because they're anxious, which doesn't cause sneezing.
True.
So Ms. Cat is definitely infected. You
Miss
don't actually
Cat, you're... Oh no, and now you're talking with other people! Henry, you're also infected! Because you had probably a conversation too close together. Patrice says this is possibly even more amusing to watch someone else play than playing yourself. I do what I can,
Yeah.
Patrice. I do what I can.
Especially when, you're also trying to keep up a conversation and ask questions. I
Oh no!
can't imagine.
I failed so
Easy.
quickly.
You might want to crank back the difficulty just a bit, just so.
Okay, how should I do that?
Probably put infection rate down to like 0.10.
Okay. Start.
Just so we can actually talk without you completely
Do something, yeah.
getting the whole colony infected.
Let me close this. Okay. Oh my gosh. I have all these things I want to ask you, and also these cats are adorable and I want to save them. Let's just look very closely at all of these amazing, amazing pieces of art here. Who did all of the artwork for the game?
Yeah, so Christine did most of it. As far as the cats are concerned, she did all those, and all those animations are hand-drawn frame by frame.
Wow.
They're really excellent.
Those are so good. And I love this Cassandra's little mohawk here is amazing. We got some little horns on Daisy.
Yeah, those are the little hats. That was a last-minute addition. Chicken hats.
You gotta have hats in games, right?
I believe Chelsea did a bunch of the environment stuff as well.
Okay.
And then all the little like sick effects and the hearts and stuff. Those are all me.
Eee, I love it. Oh my gosh. So the people that you worked with on your team, do you know them in real life? Did you meet them because of the game?
We went to school together for game development.
Okay.
And then we started a small indie studio after school and decided to do the jam.
Yeah. What else are you working on for work, if you can say?
Yeah, so we've got a game we've been working on for about a year now. It's called Zero G Gunfight. It's a 2D arena shooter set in outer space where you have to use the force or recoil of your guns to move around and also to shoot to kill each other.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So is there real physics based in the game? Uh-oh.
I mean, arcadey physics, but it is based on real physics.
Okay.
Much like this, it's based on real science, but it's kind of not, right?
Sorry, Daisy. Yeah, like the infection rate and stuff is based on sort of real science, but not too close to it.
Yeah, we tend to find that works the best, right? When you're making a game, you want to focus on making it a game first and foremost, and then make sure it's fun. But obviously, if you can be informative too, that's important.
Yeah. What do you hope that people learn from the game when they play it, other than that cats are adorable? Because we already all know that.
Yeah, as I said, the importance of personal protection equipment, I think that's, a really big deal that people aren't doing enough of, especially south of the border from where I live.
Yeah.
But even up here in Canada, like, people don't take masks as seriously as they should. It's huge. It does a lot, and keeping yourself isolated when you can, keeping a small group of contacts, all little things that you can do to, it doesn't feel like it, but you really are helping save the world, honestly.
Yeah. We all get to be our own little superheroes every day.
Yeah, you do. As much as it feels like I'm just staying home and being a lazy bum, but no, you are actually helping. It's not easy in everyone's case, everyone's got to eat, and so, but
being here, watching this stream, hanging out with me, you could be saving someone's life by not going and eating at a, restaurant or something right now, or, going to a bar. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. I really, really love your game. I was playing it a bunch last night and I was really bad at it. So I love that it's adorable and also challenging. And I look forward to playing more of it because I'm gonna win. What happens when you win? What's the win condition?
When you get rid of all the sick people. So even if there's only one person left who's healthy, and you get rid of the other 14 that are sick, you will get a win condition.
Okay, all right, good to know.
And the only difference is that instead of saying failed, it says succeeded, and it's free.
Okay, and then you have your little stats here.
Yeah, and you'll get a final time and stuff. So if you want, to compare your time or whatever, you can do that. Not that there's a leaderboard or anything, but
there's a leaderboard in my heart and in my head, and I will make it. I will finish this game. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, Chris, and I hope you much success on your games at work and any future game jams that you do. If you want to post like your Twitter, anything about the game studio and the game that you're currently working on, please do so in chat so other people can check out your stuff.
Yeah, I will do that right now on my silly Twitch account that is not designed for work.
No worries. All right, I'm gonna pop back in and get the next person in here. So thank you again for your time, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, Chris. Hey there, is this Chelsea?
Yes, hello.
Hi, if you want to just pop your camera back on since I moved you into this one. Perfect. And then I just need to rearrange our little windows here while I listen to your beautiful ambiance music in the background.
Oh yeah, I had my friend make that for me. I know nothing about music.
Well, I love it. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday.
Yeah, happy Saturday. So nice lazy day for me.
Good. I think I read on the article that the LA Times did that you are a professor, associate professor. Of course,
adjunct.
An adjunct professor.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I've been teaching their like 3D modeling course, so using Maya or Blender this semester. It's just like an intro course, like how to model, how to do materials, lighting, and rendering.
Very cool.
And I have another job that I got at the very beginning of COVID because one of the galleries on campus wanted to like keep having shows, and to do like a replacement version, they had me and my partner, we made like a virtual gallery instead.
Oh.
So that's been pretty cool to work on.
Have you done any game jams before?
My first one was the Indiecade Climate Jam.
Okay. And is that how then you found out about this one?
Yeah. I actually, a friend posted both of them, and both topics were meaningful to me, so I was like, may as well make something.
Yeah. All right. Almost ready here. Just gonna get our cameras switched around. Because right now it says that my name is Chelsea, and that is not the case.
That's okay. We can.
You want to swap names
I'll
for
ask
the
you
day?
questions. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I did play the game last night, so I know a little bit about it, but I would rather talk to you about your interpretations of the game. So I will be done in just 1 second.
I'm sorry, my name's like listed as Bakiara on here. I don't know if...
That's totally fine.
Okay.
I have us, I typed our names manually, which is why I have to switch us around. Because I had the forethought to do that and not the forethought to test somebody's name before me, because my two friends that helped me test the stream, one of them starts with a T and one of them starts with an M. So this is about okay, wait, I need to share my screen and then everything will look proper. Sharing this. Done. There we go. Now, nope. 1 second. Doing it live, doing it live. This is what happens when we do it live.
Oh, and should I watch your stream?
You should not. You should,
Okay.
On Discord, you can watch me play in there. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I just gotta make sure people are looking at me and not the game twice. Which will happen. Come on. I believe in you, Streamlabs. I believe that you can do it. So how about, while I do this one last thing, tell us a little bit about Together and the story behind this. Is this based on a true story? Where did you get the story idea from?
Well, when I first decided I wanted to make something, I've had like a few various frustrations with how people have been handling COVID, but one of the main one rooted from like some friends or family I knew that just like weren't taking some of the precautions seriously. Like they may have been like going out, not wearing their masks, just like exposing themselves without thinking through like who they might actually impact with that.
Yeah.
So that's really what this game is about, is, I mean, there's a person exposing themselves, not taking it seriously. And I don't know if I should like say the end. You'll probably get to the end because it's only like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'll probably get to the end. I'm gonna So this is Together. How do you say your name?
Chelsea Burtis.
This is
like
Together by Chelsea Burtis. Featuring music by Ritwik Kaikini. Beautiful name. Okay. So I'm going to hit space to continue, and I think everybody on stream will be able to see this. So we have sort of a nondescript character in the background with some other nondescript characters, and we have more of a center, well, not center, but more of a detailed character in the first person. So do you want to tell me a little bit about how you designed this and who maybe the protagonist is supposed to be? Or, you know, I just think it's really interesting.
I have it kind of framed where you're playing as that person in the background. So you have to like move through the space as them. And then this other character, I don't really like leave it until the end of like who they are. It's just another story that's being told on the side that you eventually run into and realize like why it's important. But I really, with this game, I really wanted to kind of get into the mind of someone that might not be taking it seriously or just is a little tired of like having to follow the standards.
Right.
That was something interesting I took from like the Discord with the mentors. Is they were having a conversation about like how you actually reach the people we need to reach with these games, because you're probably going to have a lot of players that are already like wearing their masks, that are taking social distancing seriously. So how do you actually reach someone that doesn't care, like kind of thinks it's a hoax? So I really wanted to like try to present it more like to have their thoughts, to be like, oh, that's like what I think. Like,
yeah, itchy, so itchy, it's so hot. Why do they have all these distancing procedures? You know, people that think that they're just exaggerating at this point. You know, it's, you know, West Nile swine flu, all these other things have happened, and we're not taking these series of precautions. Like, why is this one such a big deal? You know, and in the game that we just saw 2 ago, I guess, with Non-Essential, the character being like, well, you know, is my parents just think that it's, you know, sensationalized for the election, right? Like, it's an election year, that must be why this pandemic is the way it is with all these precautions. And so I really love the juxtaposition of someone who's like, okay, fine, I'll put this mask on because I have to go inside this grocery store. But then you can see that they're still breathing out of their nose. I thought it was such a smart idea to show, you know, putting your mask on is one thing, putting it on properly is actually what you need to do. You're still exhaling out of your nose. And we do see so many people walking around with just the mask over their mouth, and it's like this disconnect between, oh, I'm just doing this because...
How how breathing works.
I know, it's like, do you really not understand all this? Anyway, and so now you have this character who's a little bit more nondescript in the background, and all of their thoughts kind of coming out like a waterfall in the middle of the screen, and then you have this other character with the text messages with their sister. And so if you maybe could just tell us a little bit about the sister character and what's going on here.
The main thing I wanted to show is like two people experiencing like the pandemic and social distancing. So one person, the one on the left, the one in the background, is more like denying it, not taking it seriously, and then the one on the right, the more like face getting text messages. I wanted to show one that's concerned with everything going on, like is actually like panicked about their and their family's health. So with me, I've been like Googling like articles about like updates and everything. So I wanted to have like a mixture of what someone on their phone would be interacting with in regards to the pandemic. So like alerts. She has a sister that has sickle cells, so a pre-existing condition. And then just like Googling how that pre-existing condition might have her sister at risk, a higher risk.
Yeah. I just got chills again. I really love the game. It's so beautiful. And did you do all the artwork as well as the programming?
Yes.
Nice.
I tried to keep the programming very simple just so I could focus a little bit more on the artwork to have like an engaging character at least.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful story. Okay, yeah, so here's her where you find out, you know, the risks and precautions. It's like she's researching the sickle cell anemia and the risks. They still have their mask on, but all this breathing is still, you know, all of this exhaling still coming out of their nose. What's the main thing you hope someone learns from playing the game?
I really hope that someone that might not be taking it seriously plays it, and then they might connect with the one character on the left side where they're like, they get it, where they also miss hanging out with their friends, they miss just like going out, not having to follow the restrictions like wearing a mask, and then at the end part where they expose themselves to this other character to actually like have a reminder of why they're following these procedures, why they're important.
Yeah.
I think someone mentioned this yesterday in the awards ceremony that like there's no immediate feedback that you've infected someone. Like you don't know what effect you're having on other people. So I just hope this is like a reminder, like there are chance situations where you might come in contact with someone and it will possibly be fatal for them or their loved ones.
Yeah. And just what a beautiful ending to this, where you see one person's exhalations then taking over the entire screen, and you know, they're wearing a mask, but they're not wearing it properly. And if you don't use your PPE properly, then, you know, now potentially, even though this person is wearing a mask, they're not 100%, you know, preventative. So they could be inhaling, and whatever you just got from the grocery store could then, you know, go to their sister. So mom's saying, please take extra care out there for your sis. The numbers are rising again. So it's just like another really heartwarming, but also, you know, it's a serious topic that I thought was really told in a very beautiful way. Getting some nice feels on this stream today. Do you think you'll do some more game jams of this style, either of the climate variety or, you know, something to do with social good?
I hope so, because that's like my main interest in games is when they bring up these more serious issues, because I just like thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
But I think like the game jams are especially like a good chance to actually just like fully produce something, because you might have an idea that you're like always thinking about, like maybe you'll make art for it every now and then, but a game jam actually like gives you a goal to like fully complete a game.
Right. It can be nice to have those deadlines.
Yeah.
Or else the game can just go on forever. I think you mentioned yesterday that there was a lot more you wanted to tell with the story. Where would you have taken this?
Mostly I really wanted to develop the text messages a little bit more, because I just kind of like wrote what was coming off the top of my head, which maybe that's more genuine, because I was like, what would I be saying with my sister? Like, what would I? But really push that, and then I really want to push like game mechanics a little bit more, just to have you be that background person a little bit more, where you have to like physically hit a button to put on your mask, like pick something out at the store, just so you feel a little bit more in control of that other character.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really genuine, all the text messages. I don't have a sister, but they all felt very genuine, like what things that you would say. And I love the little the nod to mom there.
Mom.
When I read.
I don't know why. I was like with my cat. I was like, Momther.
More cat moms. Yeah. Oh, so cute. Well, thank you so much for being on the stream. Is there anything else that you want to tell folks about the game through the process, or anything that you learned that you want to share?
I think the hardest part about this was actually like going through with it, especially because it's about like your main concern right now. So it was like very stressful in terms of like having to like force myself to think about the like bad parts of the situation. But I think like if you have something to say and you have a mode to say it, it's worth pursuing that idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. It's so happy. It was just so nice to even be asked to do this, and it's been great being able to play all these games, and all for a good cause and all about something very real and present in our lives. So being able to get it out through any means necessary, I think is really important. So thank you so much for your time, Chelsea.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And thank you for making a beautiful game.
Have a good evening or whatever time it is. Bye.
Yeah, it's bright blue skies out right now.
Yeah.
So. All right. See ya.
Bye.
And I will be right back with our next game, which is Outbreak in Space. Hello, hello! Is there a Patrice in the house?
There is a Patrice. Let me turn on my video. There we go.
Throwback on that
also,
camera.
captain in the waiting room is Christopher Busby, who did sound design and composed some music. So I don't know if it's possible to add him in too. But yeah, our artist is in the chat too, so we have like the whole team is super excited.
Oh, cool! That's so exciting. I didn't plan for that.
Oh, I'm so sorry for bringing that.
No worries. I'm trying to think if there's an easy way for me to do that really quick. We have a break that I was gonna do anyway after this game, so we have some time to futz with some things. So I'll just do that. Patrice, how is your Saturday going? While I mess with some tech stuff, let me know, how did you get involved in this game jam? How'd you hear about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I heard about it pretty early on from Tim and the Seattle Indies, and I think it was a month or two out from the game jam, and immediately I was like, yes, yes, I want to do that. That is what I want to do. Because I'm just a huge nerd through and through, and then also specifically in like, numbers, probability, statistics, things like that, and explain them to people in a way that is understandable, something that is near and dear to my heart.
Beautiful. And how did you meet the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, so the artist Juan, met him randomly through another game jam, and he was the one that brought in Christopher, who did sound and the music for the game. And we kind of randomly picked up Punch, who is the second developer and was especially involved with the mini game in this game.
Okay. I'm basically gonna do it just with us for the moment while I figure out the other stuff, and then people can see the game and can see you while I do some tech magic in the background, and also get rid of this lovely text over here. Dun, 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 dun. What got you excited about being a part of this game jam? Have you done anything that's been like social good gaming before?
Not too much before this, but it's something that has always been an interest of mine. And all this being said, like before this year, I actually hadn't done any game development work at all. So saying I didn't have a background in this kind of gameplay, I didn't have too much of a background in games in general before this year.
The game is being weird audio-wise, so I'm just going to turn back on the music. No, I'm not. We're just going to listen to your beautiful voice while you talk to me.
Okay.
Let me see here. I don't know why that's happening, so I will fix that while I fix this other thing. No big deal. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Outbreak in Space. What is this game about?
Yeah, at its core, it's really about helping save your friends and family from an epidemic. And you have a few tools to do that. And it's really all about player choice and action. So when you start the game, there's one person infected. And by the end of the game, which is about, it's 10 days long in game time, you can either still have just the one person infected, or it could be the entire town, purely based on your actions.
Okay.
The music might sort itself out after pressing start. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe it's something weird with being on the start page.
I'm going to just remove our names from here real quick so I don't have to do some extra steps, and then we should be fine.
Okay.
So I will bring in, speaking of the music.
Yeah.
Bring the music people in themselves. Remove that, remove that. Got this going on just fine. All right, let's see if this will work. Let's bring in, and what is this person's name?
Christopher Busby.
Christopher. Let's bring Christopher in here. How did we do?
Hello.
We did okay. How about now? Perfect. Doing it live. Good enough. Pretend like these borders are beautifully outlining your beautiful faces. Okay, so
Nice.
let's unmute this and hit start, and let's see what happens here. Oh, I just love the visuals in this game. Chris, tell me a little bit about yourself. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm a 25-year-old, one more class in college student.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm really excited to finish up a certificate in actually live audio production and
Cool.
like event running. But I already have an associate's in psychology.
Okay.
So my passion is with sound. So looking forward to the future of maybe working with sound and psychology. And I think
Ooh.
that plays a lot into video games and how it can
Definitely.
like affect the players for good positive outcomes, unless you're doing a horror game. Totally different.
A little bit different, yeah. You can
So-
use your powers for good or evil.
Totally.
I've just turned on the TV, and one of the very important things in this game is that I can go talk to / pet this animal. Is this a dog, a cat? Does it matter? I don't know.
It is. It has a name or a species type. I forget what that is. It's mentioned in the TV, I think, later on one of the days. But this was one of the critical pieces that we made sure to include.
Yes, I appreciate it. I'm just going to point out here, and the TV is telling me that there is a new virus that has been discovered in Sector 6, and travel has been restricted. But let's go talk to this. It's just so good. It's just like a wonderful first heartwarming moment of the game. All right, do we want to go outside? I mean, it's kind of scary out there, but let's do it. Let's see.
What's life without some risk, you know?
I know, right? We got some gorgeous tiles going on here. Who is this that wants to talk to me? Granny Murktuk.
Hey, Knuthel, would you like some freshly baked cookies?
Ah, boy, do I.
It does this old heart a lot of good to see you every day.
I love your old woman voice. It brings me
you.
so much joy.
How can I'm trying to think of how I can get the audio to not be odd.
Yeah, is it stammering on your
like
on your end, or is it through the stream only that it's being weird?
It's on my end too, and it's also taking a bit of time to... Here, let me just refresh the page.
I haven't seen that happen before. That concerns me.
I'm gonna try... It might be because
You're
I
on Chrome?
removed the text. Yeah, on Chrome. Here, let me just get rid of this bit again.
And you can do, if you do the full screen, that stuff should go away itself.
I can't do full screen.
Gotcha.
I got a new monitor recently, and it's beautiful, and it's 35 inches of ultra widescreen Doom, but it also means that I'm just running on one screen now, and I'm trying this out. Still a work in progress, but yeah, so I have like all my streaming stuff on one side, and I have like the games and notes and all kinds of stuff going on. Whole production. Oh, I broke it. Okay.
Huh. That is so strange.
Okay, that seems like it got better.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about this now. I have hope.
Okay. And you don't need to go through the TV dialogue for anything else to be triggered, by the way, if you want to just skip to go outside.
No, I can't use my controls. It's WASD, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not working.
You might need to click into it first.
Yeah, I am.
Arrow key should up. This is so strange. This is a nightmare.
It's definitely not your game. It's definitely me. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to run game, and we're just going to ignore the submission to jamming the curve bit, just in case I'm making Chrome mad or itch mad by removing their jargon.
It isn't so annoying where it has the overlay like that.
So, just from playing this game for a while last night, there's a lot of content in here and a lot of stuff. Who wrote the story? I mean, yeah, tell me a little bit about the process.
Yeah, I did the majority of the writing. We kind of together as a team decided on the lore and the background a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a process. We wanted to have something that was abstracted away from COVID-19 and the current pandemic in some way. And a friend of mine suggested space, and specifically the name Outbreak in Space, and it kind of stuck around.
I do love the name.
I'm so sad about the audio.
I know, I'm so sorry, Chris. We're not doing your audio justice. All right, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit so it's not too distracting. But it's beautiful, and trust me, everybody, the audio is great, and this is an even better reason for why you should go download this game or play it in the browser and try it for yourself, because there's so much content in here that I'm not even gonna get through like a whole day. There's so much going on here. But we have to go see the professor.
Yeah.
All right, the professor
And
seemed worried about something.
a little bit of speed running. Like, you can just kind of test some random people and go to bed and see how the infection spreads.
Okay, cool. I just want you to know that I love you, Granny. Just in case it's the last time I get to say it. You take care now, okay? Can I can download it. Okay.
There is a Windows build.
It will probably take me longer than just playing it.
Yeah. I haven't seen this happen before. I'm so sorry.
It's totally fine. It wasn't happening at all last night. I don't know what's happening today. Or my computer's like, what do you mean you're talking to two different people and streaming the game at the same time? How dare you?
That might be part of it.
How dare you try doing all these things at once?
I think there's probably some room for making it more
I'm gonna do one
streamlined
thing.
and
I'm gonna try sharing it to you at a lower frame rate and see if that gives my computer back a little bit of its dignity.
Yeah, I know, like, for like Pandemanager, for example, they were talking about how all these game objects, games don't like to have a lot of game objects, and while this is fewer than 5,000 objects, it's still a lot.
How many people are in the game? People. Aliens.
I think 86.
86? Okay. Yeah, that's still a good amount.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. And they're all like walking around and avoiding collision. Well, not really avoiding collisions. They collide and then they kind of like, oh no, you go. Oh no. But they eventually get where they're going.
No, you go. All right, we're gonna take singing lessons. Sign me up. My first customer. Oh no. Oh no. So all I know how to do is one note, but it's a good one. All right, I'm excited.
So now you have a sing button at the bottom there.
I do. I can sing. Beautiful. I love it. Alien singing. What will you think of next? Ooh, I think this person I should probably go talk to.
And different characters have some different reactions to singing too.
Ooh, wow. There is a lot of complexity built into this thing. All right, the professor wants to see me. It's not good news. Oh no, there's a virus! I've heard of those. This virus matches signatures of the one currently spreading in Sector 6, which we found out on the TV. We don't know how much, but the virus is likely spread through respiratory droplets, which is terrifying. We need to act fast. And if you're someone that's like, why does that matter? Then you can ask why. As I'm sure you're well aware, because we're assuming you're not an idiot. We live in a very literal bubble. So this is an alien world where they live all in a bubble and air is constantly recirculating. So it gives this virus copious opportunities to strike. Oh no. Half the density housing bubbles are running on outdated filtering technology and are essentially useless at stopping the virus. It's all mimicking things in real life, right? I mean, did you... was the inspiration for choosing aliens that, you know, maybe it's a little bit farther away than real humans?
Absolutely. It's the kind of classic, like, Star Trek storytelling approach, sort of, like, where you talk about, like, very real current social issues and struggles, but if you tell it in a way that's abstract enough, I think you can get more people to be more thoughtful about their approach.
Right. Yeah, this, Star Trek is a really good analogy for it. They always do that, and, you know, because it makes you feel more objective about the decision making, right? When it's a little bit removed from humans and yourself.
Absolutely. But at the same time, we're really, with the gameplay and being able to have these interactions with the NPCs, trying to build up that sense of connection to what is happening versus just being like, stay 6 feet away and do all these things, trying to show more of a semi-realistic way of how something could spread really quickly and could affect people that you know and care about.
Right. And how much, like, real data sources did you use in the game?
So I probably, if there was an award for, like, who bugged the mentors the most, I probably would have won it.
Patrice, you're lovely. Oh, goodness. Well, it sounds like not a lot of other people ended up using them, so I'm glad that someone got to utilize their expertise and their help.
And it was really fantastic. One of the things we did for modeling here that was a little bit different than a lot of people, instead of going with like a probability approach, we actually sort of modeled a viral load and the shedding of viral particles. Because one of the things about COVID-19 is that it's really like a matter of risk times time. It gets very complex, but we thought it was an important concept to kind of think about and model the fact that you could have like decreased risk by wearing something like a mask. But if you're spending a lot of time in enclosed spaces with somebody who's infected, like they're still gonna get you infected. So the modeling approach was a little bit different and very much inspired by conversations with mentors and with research articles.
Oh, wow. You put so much work into this. It's very impressive. And now we finally get to hear the music. Well, Chris, what was your inspiration for the music that we're hearing here? Oh, I think you're muted.
Chris, you're muted?
You're muted?
Or it's not
in
muted.
Discord. There we go.
So some chill wave. Since it was going to be taking a sci-fi futuristic alien planet kind of vibe, I was like, okay, well, so there's going to be synthy sounds, got to make like new instruments that are totally different. And I came across this playlist that was chill wave, and I'm a big fan of synthwave.
Yeah.
But like the chill wave and the way the kick like flowed in and just gave space to things, I was like, that's kind of what we need for like a background music kind of track.
Yeah. It does make it feel a little bit spacey.
But I also wanted it to be like kind of catchy.
It is catchy.
Not just background in there.
Someone from chat says that they could listen to this all day, so I think you did well. It's very chill. So I need to go test someone in building D1. How should I find D1?
Granny has lots of information, but the units are kind of numbered and lettered in ways that D1's over on the right hand side, like basically the westmost bubble, I believe.
Okay.
But I think most people would be at work, and most of them would work at the factory that's kind of in the center of the screen, or center of the town.
Okay.
Over to the left.
And I have like little quests now. This is great. I need to test all the residents who live in D1. I can't see this right now because stupid things in the way, but that's fine. And convince people to wear helmets. And I should be wearing my own helmet, right?
Yeah, you can actually get your helmet by talking to one of the NPCs.
It may be spreading. Oh no! Take care, loyal citizen. What if I sing at you? Oh, wait, I just hit
I got
test.
some dialogue help, especially with the mayor from a friend of mine who primarily does a lot of art. Ray's in the credits as well.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about the mayor character is that he's very irritating. So I think it mirrors a lot of our own frustrations with politicians.
Yeah, you can just dump all of your anger and frustration on this one tiny cartoon character instead. Look, this person likes it when I sing at them. I get a little heart. I love it. Okay, how do I find the mayor?
Oh, that was the mayor.
Oh, that was the mayor. Hi, mayor.
Yeah,
but you like
he's
it
not...
when I sing to you because you probably think I'm flattering your ego. Okay, cool. All right, I love all the artwork. I wish I could zoom in and see these little characters even in more detail.
Yeah, I think the trees are my absolute favorite with the artwork, and I still cannot believe that Juan, our artist, did all of this during the jam.
Well done, Juan. Holy goodness. What is this? Are these like shrubbery flowers?
Yeah. There's like little flowers and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, lots of little garden
detail.
spaces. So this is the factory. So you can see some people. So if you look at the information, you can see like their home, their work details, and if you click on their names, then you can test them through the interaction with the building.
All right, so this is someone who lives in D1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, because I tested the entire factory. Or no, wait, this is me doing it now.
Just that one person.
Okay, got it. Who else lives in D1? None of you. All right, how about any of you? Do any of you live there? Nope. Okay. How about you? Oh, there's a bunch of people in here. Big factory. And you?
Yeah. Big crowded factory.
You?
Spread.
Okay, I think those are all of those ones.
One of the things that's interesting with developing a game like this is that you kind of get to stop yourself. You're like, wait, why am I so happy about finding ways to get an infection to spread quickly?
But then you can step away from the evil Patrice mode and you can look at it and be like, oh yes, I'm actually gonna help teach people. What is something that you hope people learn from this game? What would be a main takeaway?
Yeah, this game is interesting in that I think it's one of the maybe longer playthrough times. It kind of takes you on a journey that's difficult to describe without fully giving away the ending, but I think really just taking account of your actions and what you can do personally, and reflect on how you're really taking that guidance on a day-to-day level. Like, are you really distancing? Are you really taking into account all the risk factors? I don't know, Christopher, if you want to add anything more.
What was the original question?
What
we want people to take away? Take away from playing? Yeah, just that you're one person and there's so many other people that, like, this game forces you to kind of take care and look at everyone, but, you know, day to day maybe we're not looking at every single person individually because it's not our job to like be testing them, but it is our responsibility to be like taking care of our neighbors and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
I was we weren't aware that there were categories when we entered the jam and were making the game. I think it was a surprise, like right up until the judging awards. But of all the categories, I really am glad that we went for the pro-social, like promoting pro-social behaviors, because that really was the core focus of what we were trying to do. We were trying to be like, we don't want to just preach at people the things that they either already know or already don't think matter.
Right.
We want to abstract your way and make them really think about things.
Yeah. What do you I mean, congratulations that you won in that category. Are you going to keep developing it and go for the grant potentially?
We are absolutely going to go for the grant. It's just a matter of figuring out the perfect approach next. And yeah, but we're very excited to have won, to have had this fantastic opportunity to participate, talk to all the mentors, and very excited for what it could be going forward.
Nice. What do you think, what's your first thing you want to add to the game, or any future plans?
There's so much. There's like some basic like bookkeeping, like UI improvements with testing, and there's of course so much more we can go into with branching dialogue and those sorts of things to really make that story deeper. And I think a lot of what we do specifically will depend on some of the feedback that we get from the judges.
It looks like Hash wants some new quests.
Yeah, we can make that happen. That's another thing that we could do a little bit more of, like have more interactions with the mayor and maybe have some more possibility to influence actions taken sooner. Because right now, the mayor will take action eventually, but only after it's like far too late for it to really make a difference.
Okay. There's a new virus.
And now you have your helmet.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thanks for understanding. Okay, I have a helmet on. Oh, look, I have an adorable little bubble helmet. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, so check mark, we got our helmet. And I need to, okay, they have a helmet on. Who else can I talk to? Do you think I'll get the mayor to put a helmet on? Oh wait, this looks like maybe someone's granny. I don't really care about testing you. Ooh, can I test myself? That seems important. Oh, I don't have any energy. Do I have to wait for tomorrow?
Yeah, so you can go back to your house to sleep, and you can get a report tomorrow with all the test results.
Okay. I always have time for my loyal citizens. You're not taking this seriously. The Overlord is coming on the 11th. We've already talked about this and agree there's no issue. We did not agree. If we cause a panic, it will only cause distress. I mean, we can't meet our festival preparation goals. Because of course the festival is the most important thing, right? Take care now.
It's a pretty big deal.
The Overlord. Oh, these trees are so good. These characters are so good. It's amazing how much diversity you can have in like 10 pixels.
Absolutely. And there's 2 different alien races. I don't know if you noticed. There's kind of the blues and the reptilians. And you'll also notice that the blues are more likely to live in kind of private levels. And the reptilians are more likely to live in these somewhat cramped living conditions. That's another thing that we'd love to go into for further development, is really looking into inequality and make it feel a little bit more real. And later on, the mayor will do like an essential workers thing if you ask about it, and if it's already way too late. And at that point, the blues get to stay home and work there, and the reptilians still need to go into work.
Okay. Back in the house, giving my animal some love, looking back at the TVs. So someone in chat's asking, would the concept offer the possibility for a mode where you have to cause the outbreak, or maybe a versus mode?
Oh, that's interesting. One thing we were thinking about is, well, that actually was like my first idea for this jam, was like, oh, maybe you can just try to infect as many people as possible. But one thing that we're thinking about is making it a little bit more replayable in terms of who is the initial infected party, because right now it is one character specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So having it be a little bit more random, so you could play a little bit more detective, is what we were initially thinking. But
Okay.
potentially we could go back and be being evil.
Well, I love this so much. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. I really appreciate your time and talking to me about the game. It's so adorable, and I highly encourage everyone to play it. I'm personally very excited to keep playing it and find out this ending that you were talking about.
If we could steal one more minute,
Sure.
I would super be interested in your reaction to the first test results.
Okay. All hail Overlord Azo. Who's a good Overlord? You are! Who's a good Overlord? Oh, wait, no, not yet. I have to go to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. Okay. Now, how do I get my test
So now
results?
you have a reports. There's a reports button at the bottom of the screen.
Check reports. Podtown CX6 virus report, day 1. New infections 3, total infections 4. Okay, so we had our first infection that started with Snitgar? No, sorry, these are all people that are negative.
Yeah.
Oh, so how do I get to know? How do I even know that there's total infections 4?
That's kind of the abstracted, like, we'll let you know that something is happening, even though you don't know exactly who has it. So that's kind of like the magical alien future game part of it.
So one person existed, and were they the 8th person that I didn't test?
Could be.
Oh no! I didn't do my due diligence of testing every single person I could. Can you only test 7 people the first day?
I think it's 8. There might actually be a bug.
Okay.
That I won't get into
1, 2, 3,
here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was probably 8. Maybe I accidentally tested someone that wasn't in there.
You tested... Oh no, not yourself. You weren't able to do that.
Right.
You had no more energy. Huh.
Check reports.
Yeah.
Oh, I tested someone from B3 randomly.
Oh, that's right.
That's what happened. So if I was doing pro strats, just to let everybody else know, I should have tested all 8 people in D1. I did not realize that I had limited energy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well, thank you.
so
That's
much.
really
I know
interesting.
over time.
No, I love the strategy behind this too. It's not just adorable. It doesn't just sound great. It doesn't just have great story. It's also hard. I love it. All right. Thank you all both so much for coming here and talking to me about your game. It's lovely, and I wish you the best of luck with further development.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
If we could get a link to Outbreak in Space again in the chat, that would be great. I highly recommend you all check it out. The story seems really interesting. We've got some cool characters. So check that one out for sure. And now I'm going to go back to... Hey, Tim. How's it going? Oh, I need to stop sharing my screen. There we go. And if I do this really quick, doing everything live. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Welcome back. We have seen 7 of our 8 games so far today, and I love every single one of these. They are all so deserving of their honorable mentions and their winners. Out of 51 games, these are just 8 of them, so there's so many other great games that I couldn't talk about. There were 15 different finalists, and these are just 8 of them. So definitely check out the link to all of these different games from the Jamming the Curve Game Jam. And also I want to say thank you to our sponsors. We have Lab X from the National Academy of Sciences, IndieCade, Seattle Indies, Georgia Tech, the CDC, of course, where people are getting all of this real live data from, as well as Cost Incore. And Tim, for people that maybe have joined since the beginning, do you want to say a little bit about what the heck this game jam was?
Yeah, it was a huge collaboration between all those groups you just mentioned, and even a few more that were behind the scenes to come together to help bring people together to make games about the pandemic that we're all living through right now, to raise awareness and maybe raise some spirits and bring a sense of connectedness, since we're all experiencing this together. And just from like what we've seen already with the diversity of developers and game styles, you can see that it really is like impacting people all over the world. I mean, we've had people on from India and Norway,
Germany, Canada,
yeah, all over the place. Like it's been great to see that, really, and see all the different ideas that they have for games. And this is just like you said, as not even just a small percentage of all the 51 games that were made. There's so many more that you can go check out.
And so many different types of games too, like, and things that you can play in a really short amount of time, things that are taking hours and hours to play that of course I can't finish on stream today, but all the more reason for you to keep trying them. And now that you've heard a little bit about from the developer of why they made the game, how they made the game, I think it brings a lot of context, and I think it enriches games for me personally when I find out more about the developer, why they made them. The fact that they're for a good cause either makes you feel hard things, have to make hard choices, makes you happy just to be where you are right now. There's a lot of different emotions and motivations behind these games, which I think is really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just like an impressive amount of complexity that went into some of them, like Pandemanager. It's just wow, how much content and systems they built into that game. But then there's games like Nonessential and Together that just really capture the feeling of it and the just overall what we're all feeling, sort of the emotional side of it that it's hard to talk about, but it's like we're all sharing those things, and it's good to know that you're not alone.
It's good to know that you're not alone. It's good to share those things with other people. Are those called slice of life games? Is that what those are called? Where like you're just looking at a point in time, and really focusing in. It's so incredible that it was just really about, like, Brad's game is about one day, like the life of someone in one day. And again, with Together, that's just, over the course of maybe 10-20 minutes. I just think it was so impactful and powerful in just that short amount of time. I think games can narratively tell stories. That's a really unique medium.
Yeah, and they both kind of focus on like text messaging or phone calls, when that sort of reminds you to reach out to your friends, and then it's relatable as to what we all go through as well.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to say a little bit about Slow Jam again before we grab our last interviewee?
Oh, sure. Yeah, coming up next month, in a couple weeks here, we have the Seattle Indies Slow Jam. You can go on our meetup page or join our Discord and find out more about that. It's going to be a 17-day game jam that'll be happening all on our Discord. The theme will be announced at the start of the jam on November 6th. You can go on itch.io and look up Seattle Indies, and you'll find the jam, and you can join it there and work with, I'm sure, Brad and Patrice and some of the other awesome Seattle Indies. I'm sure you'll probably offer your voice services as usual.
I'm always available for voice acting, of course. I love helping folks from all around the world make amazing games. So
and even if you're not in Seattle and you want to join, feel free to join the Discord.
And support group is after this, is that right? Or is during?
It's happening now, actually.
Yeah,
so,
okay, it's happening now. If you're tired of listening to my voice, you can head over to Indie Support Group.
Yeah, we have that today and every Saturday from 1 to 7 p.m. It's a group where people just hang out, mostly work on their games, talk about game development, ask each other questions. It's a really great group of people that will help you learn a lot if you're just at the beginning or in the middle or wherever you are at your game development career or hobby.
All right, well, I think it's almost time to bring in our last interviewee, which I am looking forward to. Our last game coming up is Smash the Curve, which is a personal favorite of mine. Super, super fun to play, so I'm looking forward to playing some more. If you wouldn't mind hopping right back over there and letting them know, I'll grab them in a second.
Excellent, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. And I will talk to you again at the end.
Talk to you later.
Nope, one second. Hey there.
Hello.
Hello.
I need to turn my camera on, right?
Yes, please.
Yep. Hi there.
Hi. I am going to switch around our little videos here since I put us in the wrong place. And then you are live. Your audio is live, just not your video at the moment, just so you know.
All right. Sounds good.
How are you doing today? Happy Sunday?
That's right.
Okay.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Tokyo. It's blindingly light, so
it's so early for you. Thank you so much for being here so early.
No problem. Where are you based?
I am in Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
So
all right.
It is 3 p.m. on the dot right now for me. It is 7 a.m. for you. Are you normally a morning person?
I am really not really, but
you're just doing this out of the
I had a
kindness
bunch
of
of
your heart.
stuff to do today. Yeah, I think it was a cool jam, and I appreciate you taking the time to play these games and talk to us. So yeah, it's a good opportunity.
My pleasure. All right, almost ready here.
All right.
We got that, and we just need to do...
I haven't seen the stream, obviously. I just woke up, but how's it been going?
It's been going well. I mean, of course, when you do anything live, there's always going to be some little technical difficulties. I've never done interviews via Discord before. So what happened was I thought that the person who is hosting goes on top always, but they constantly reshuffle based on alphabet order. So unlike Zoom, where you're always first, in Discord, it rearranges people. So anyone that had a name before mine, I had to move things around. Anyway, just doing things live. Anyway, so this is Smash the Curve. I'm going to hit go in a second here. I have to tell you, I was up way too late playing this game because I can't win a level. And it was like a personal failure on my part. I needed to win.
Yes. The real key are the masks, as it is in real life, it seems. If you keep collecting those masks, their effectiveness will stack. And I think you can get to where you get powerful enough that you can actually smash the curve.
All right, let's see. Let me start with Japan here. Let's play.
Yeah, it should be fairly easy. A fairly easier level, I think, Japan. The US, I think, right now is actually the hardest level to play.
Yeah, just in real life. Feels great. Feels great.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to turn up the audio here.
I guess it's stuck a little bit.
Let me hit refresh.
Oh, no, okay.
That's fine. I'll just, I think it got
Yeah, I also have the Windows download if you want it with native, but
I think if I'm just trying to delete this code really quick and then I will get into it.
All right, sounds good.
Ooh, now I have to find it again. It really doesn't like it that I'm hacking its Gibson. It really wants to have it there. Okay, screw it. I'm just gonna have it there and we'll just see the little submission to jamming the curve on the stream and whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the game is not terribly optimized. I apologize for
that. It's definitely not you. Definitely not you. All right, so tell me a little bit about this game. It seems like maybe there was some inspiration here from Breakout. Oh, look, I already failed. Good job, me.
Yeah. I think if you just hit restart. Okay, there you go. You can do that too.
Oh, wait. Oh, but if I want to keep playing the same one, I have to hit restart, right?
Yeah. It's, again, not super terribly well optimized. Yeah, so this is Smash the Curve. It kind of plays like an inverted Breakout. And there you go, you're collecting masks. And that's the goal of the game, is that you smash the curve, and slowly over time, it'll go down and down. But it is tricky, I think, if you just keep smashing the curve without any power-ups, you're not really going to get anywhere. So we have 3 power-ups in the form of masks, which increase the amount that the curve goes down. We have testing, which increases the number of balls in play. And then we have contact tracing, which increases the size of your controller. These three, things that the governments are enforcing, they seem to be kind of the main tools that we have in our arsenal right now.
Yeah.
Until the vaccine is ready. So we kind of focused on that. And then on the other hand, in the top right, you'll see GDP growth, and it's constantly shrinking.
Oh gosh, I forgot.
Right.
Those ones are bad.
Yes, there
What's
is
the
one bad
one?
power up. So the bad one just represents public unrest. Or originally we said let's stick with disinformation, but we went with public unrest, and again back to the GDP. It's constantly shrinking, just like in real life, until this virus goes away. The economy is going to keep on crapping. So what you do is, what you're tasked with is either you pick up the yes,
I was doing well. Okay.
You were doing really well. Until the virus is controlled, the GDP keeps shrinking. So every time you trigger a power up, you actually have both a health power up, the masks, contact tracing, or your testing, or you can pick up, cash.
Yeah.
You kind of ask the player to decide, okay, do you want to prioritize the health aspect, or the economy? If the economy goes down too bad, you'll start to see more and more public unrest. And so if your GDP is tanking like minus 10%, the unhappy people are going to be popping up every other second. It's going to be really hard to avoid them.
Right.
And when they pop up, all kinds of bad stuff happens. The mask usage goes down, the mask effectiveness goes down, the size of your controller goes down.
I'm not ready for the US. I'm not ready for the US. It's too hard. All right.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if you downloaded the native version.
Chat, give me some recommendations. Which country should I do? I mean, shouldn't Australia be one of the easiest ones right now?
Australia, yeah, it's relatively.
Because this is using real data, and you updated this like really recently, right?
Yeah, updated yesterday, so it's as of October 22nd.
This is data as of yesterday. That's so cool.
This is from Johns Hopkins University. Yeah, I mean, as I was making this game, I became an expert in knowing exactly what the big curves are in every part of the globe, basically.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like, if you go to Europe, it is insane right now. Czech Republic, Belgium, Netherlands, they are all at a huge peak.
Oh no.
Australia is interesting because if you get the ball into the little crevices, it'll just keep hitting it. Just like an original Breakout, if you get it behind the bar graph, it'll just go nuts.
And so you can now see finally the goal here is to get the whole bar. Oops. You need to get the whole bar green at the bottom. That's what we're aiming for, and that is something I've not been able to do yet. Oh! Okay, let's see. Somebody wants me to do Norway.
Yep, there you go, Norway.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's try Norway.
I think, Norway is much better than the rest of Europe, but still you can see it's peaking on the right side. It's rising. Yeah, the winter months are going to be so scary. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, certainly with the winter months. I was, did you consider any other games first as bases for this, or did you immediately think like, oh my gosh, Breakout, but curves?
For this game, we just went basically with Breakout. Originally, it was just going to be about power-ups, but it was a little bit boring. We just wanted an action element. We wanted something really accessible, and everybody knows Breakout, and we just went with this. But we did have a bunch of other completely different game ideas.
Okay.
This is such a cool theme for a game jam.
Yeah, and really meaningful,
Yeah.
I love even the smallest. You have such detail in here with the ball being the different flag for each of the countries. I am such a detail person, so I really appreciate that you did that.
You can just hit restart, if you don't want to submit your score.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought the color of the flag was ideal. It's a little small though. Maybe the ball should be bigger, but I don't know.
I mean, I like games that are hard.
Yeah, I think maybe you're the kind of gamer we were going for, because I know we sent it around to I say we, it was me, my girlfriend and I that made this.
No.
We sent it around to all of our friends, and man, they all struggled. But none of them are gamers like you, so I'm hoping to see a high score here.
And yeah, maybe it would be a little bit easier if I download it, because there's like a teeny bit of like, not glitch, but like waiver sometimes.
Yeah, I think
I'll download it.
I'm really not
after
too
this.
familiar with WebDL.
Have you done any other game jams?
This is my first one ever.
This is your first game jam.
Yeah, I just started game dev really this year. The pandemic gave me a lot of time, and so I'm super excited about it. I think games. My background is in journalism.
Oh wow!
And
okay. Also incredibly important.
Yeah, it's important, but these days it's really hard to reach people. People have kind of made up their minds about the world, about whether they believe in science or many other topics, and once they've made up their mind, it's really difficult to reach them.
Yeah.
Or get them to think otherwise. But games, I think, are a really interesting vehicle.
Especially for changing people's minds slowly and subtly.
Yes. I'll give you one example on my end. When I was growing up, I used to play Civilization. And my best class in school was always history.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have to try, because all the things that I learned in Civ, they just stuck in my head. Do you have any examples of games you played and you learned something that you applied in real life?
I mean, I learned a lot of my vocabulary growing up from playing games. I mean, certainly reading books as well, but games were the first way I became more social. Like, I realized I really loved playing games with other people. I'm an only child, and I grew up in a pretty isolated space, and so the internet was kind of my social activity, and I got into MMOs pretty early on in my life. And so meeting people from other cultures and worlds and walks of life, and it broadened my vocabulary, it broadened my worldview so much in a way that I wouldn't normally be able to do in a small town as an only child.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, I certainly have lots of examples like that.
Which MMO did you play?
I played Dark Age of Camelot first.
Okay.
It was kind of around the same time as early EverQuest, and I didn't like that in EverQuest, when you die, people could take your stuff. I was pretty emotionally squishy as a child, and that seemed very mean to me. I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to go and recover my things, because those were my things.
Yeah, MMOs, early ones were really brutal.
Super brutal.
I remember playing Ultima Online, actually, and that's another really good example. I played it for several months just as a scrub, killing little things and collecting, whatever.
Yep.
And eventually someone would kill you, take all your stuff, and then one day I managed to save enough money to open up a store.
Oh.
And I put up all my best gear in, and I was up configuring the store until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I went to sleep, and I woke up and I found out that the store made a ton of money.
Wow.
And for me, that was my first ever experience doing anything economic. Like, I think I had a part-time job at the time, but I felt really empowered. Like, oh, this is what starting a business must feel like. And that's another example. That memory's always stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And I think games are just, by giving a player agency and making them make decisions, games just really, force ideas really deeply into your head.
Yeah. And can give you positive associations with things that might be hard.
Yeah. What I worry about is that, games will be, authoritarian governments will realize just how powerful they are. I mean, I think for now we're limited to people doing drug deals and MMOs and things like that, right? Or Chinese people using MMOs, chats within games to circumvent the Chinese firewall to talk about things that are banned within China.
Yeah.
I think that's what games are used in the current scenario. But
it
in
can
the
all
future,
be bad
like,
and good, right? Like you can
Yeah.
use circumventing bad things to do good things and good things to do bad things. But it's just, a testament to the ingenuity of humanity to solve these problems with these pieces of technology. Well, what were you hoping that people would get from this game after playing it?
I was just hoping that they would be informed. This game was less about emotion or telling a certain idea. It was really utilitarian.
Yeah.
I think maybe, yourself as well, but in the beginning of the pandemic, we were all glued to the news, to the latest stats. What is the infection rate like here, there? And now that it's been going on for more than half a year, pandemic fatigue, I think, is setting in.
Yeah.
And, we just don't check the stats that often. We just, and we just wanted to create an outlet for people to do it in a kind of fun way. But judging by the number of people who haven't been able to smash the curve, I think we made it a little bit too difficult. So I'll go back and see if I can make the controls a little more intuitive.
I mean, it's hard in real life, though, too. It's kind of just a reflection of, not one person can smash this curve. Me alone.
That's right.
I can't do it. And I bet some people out here can probably be better at Breakout than me. And if I download it, maybe I'll get better too. But it's the kind of game that is addicting in the best way, because I want to keep playing it and I want to keep trying. And through that, I will just absorb subconsciously, oh, this country is doing this, or, me assuming that Australia is still doing fine. But we can go in here and we can take a look and see, oh, okay, maybe my assumptions of how they were doing isn't true today. Maybe I'm just not hearing about it because, again, in the US, we're really just talking about the political cycle. But if I go in here and I play this, they're doing okay again, right? But there was this big major spike that was scary after they kind of were thinking, oh, okay, we're good. In this time period, it was like, all right, well, Australia's figured it out. Now, with a lot of countries thinking, oh, okay, well, they figured it out. But if you let up, things are gonna get bad again.
Yeah.
And you have these local maxima that you think, oh, this is going to be as bad as it gets. And if you stop wearing a mask and stop social distancing, then you get this peak again, as if this one never happened.
Right. Yeah. For fun, if you want to go play Czech Republic, you'll see,
Czech Republic.
It's in a tight spot right now. I think CZ. Yeah, there you go. CZE.
CZE. Yes. That's right.
Yes. Boom.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think Czech
it's
Republic.
So real because it's real data from yesterday.
That's right. This is all Johns Hopkins data.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna probably go into some strict measures, but it's fun. Anyone in the world can check on other regions that they wouldn't normally check, and hopefully have a little fun.
And you have 100 different countries in here.
Yeah, we tried to get all 200, but it would slow down the game a little bit in the menu.
Oh yeah.
They have 200 different things.
No!
But yeah, and there's a global leaderboard.
Oh, there is. Okay, so that's what I'm submitting my scores to.
Right, so everyone can compete. That was a pretty good one. The score is calculated by how many. When you flatten the curve, you'll see a number, which indicates, a real kind of number based on how many cases that country has.
Okay.
So, in accordance to how much you smash in the curve, you'll see your score go up by that amount. Which means places like US and India, where the infection numbers are really, really high, you're doing really well.
Yeah.
You can get some really high scores in those countries, including the Czech Republic.
No, I was doing better.
That was good. 102. I think that's probably in the top 10 or so, if you want to submit that one.
All right, let's submit that one. Rank 52. Oh my goodness. I bet everybody in chat can probably get better scores than me. Well, is there anything else you want to say about the game or anything you learned from this, your first game jam?
I just wanted to thank the people organizing it, because it was a really my first ever game jam. But man, if all of them are like this, and I know they're probably not, but yeah, Tim and Rick and everyone else at both IndieCade and LabX and Seattle Indies, they did a really fantastic job organizing it. So thank you so much, guys.
Yay!
I can't wait to join the next one.
3 cheers for everyone that sponsored this and put it together. It was a big undertaking from a lot of different directions and from so many different countries. You're there in Japan. Thank you for calling in from Tokyo again. And, you know, I think that a lot of them are really well done and really well put on. So, you know, follow anything that IndieCade and Seattle Indies put together, because they are really top-notch quality. And I'm looking forward to more top-notch quality from you, too. If this is what you can put together for your first game jam, I am very excited to see what you make next.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a great afternoon. Have a good stream.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, and I'm going to grab Tim again. Back to talk more about what's coming up soon. All right, let's get you back in here. Camera on, interviewing, gonna stop sharing my screen, and perfect. First time. Whenever Walrus is in my chat and I ever do something wrong the first time, and it takes me like 6 times to do something in a game, he always says, first try.
Nice.
Just to give me some moral support.
Right.
And thank you to everybody for being here from my normal stream. I know I'm not playing Bob Is You. If you haven't figured that out by now, it's been 3.5 hours. So tomorrow we're playing more Bob Is You. But today, let's find out a little bit more about what's coming up next for Seattle Indies.
Yeah, as we've said before, we have our slow jam happening next month, which will be a similar like online game jam to Jamming the Curve, but that'll be happening on our Discord, and you don't have to be in Seattle to participate. Anybody here who's watching is welcome to join our Discord and join in the jam. It'll be happening from November 6th to the 22nd. We have our weekly indie support group that happens every Saturday going on. Yeah, going on now from yeah, every Saturday from 1 to 7 p.m. on our Discord, we have indie support group where people get together, like Brad and Patrice are regulars. If you watched them earlier, you can talk to them about game design, ask them questions if you're trying to just learn or look for people to work with on a project that you have an idea for. I mean, it's a really great place to just go meet and talk and hang out with some cool indie devs from Seattle and around the world. We have social meetups that happen on Zoom every month. That's just kind of a chill hang where you can come and talk to people that we used to all get together at a local brewery, but you know, we can't do that anymore, so we're doing those on Zoom now.
They're really fun though, and there's breakout rooms in case you just want to not be part of the bigger group, which I appreciate. Oh, here we go. We have another.
Yep, and I see your kitty too.
Hi. We've all got a bunch of orange cat brigade today on stream.
Right.
Wanna come say hi? Ugh. This is Brock.
Aw.
Say hello to everyone.
Cutie.
Hello. And I was gonna.
Colony Crisis earlier.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Who's a good Brock? Colony Crisis earlier.
Yes. I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of the winners and honorable mentions of Jamming the Curve. There were 15 games that became finalists, and these were 8 of those 15. So for the category of games with classic mechanics, both Smashing the Curve and Mask Kid were honorable mentions, and Everyday Hero was the winner. That's not one of the ones that we played, so you should definitely go check out the winner of that category, Everyday Hero.
Yeah, that was a team from China that put that one together.
Oh, nice.
Someone, yeah.
I think I saw them accept the award yesterday on the IndieCade stream. Yeah.
Yep.
So for simulation games, Corona Festival Organizer and Outbreak were the honorable mentions, and Pandemanager was the winner, who we did see today. So go check out Corona Festival Organizer, because that one looked very, very fun. You have to make some hard decisions based on this festival that you want to run in the middle of a pandemic. And then for games with a compelling protagonist, Together and Nonessential were honorable mentions, which we had on the stream today. And then Lab Hero was the winner of that category. Games with crowd management was a category, and Stay Safe and Flockdown were honorable mentions. We didn't get to see either of those, but we got to see the winner. Cat Colony Crisis was the winner of that category.
Yeah,
and yeah, for the last category of games that feature pro-social pandemic behavior, there was Reaching Out and the COVID Express were honorable mentions. We didn't see either of those today. You should go check them out. And Outbreak in Space was the winner of that category. So congratulations to everybody that was a finalist out of 51 games. There were 15 finalists, and we got to see 8 of them today. So big round of applause for everybody that even entered into this or even worked on a game for something that's such a great cause. I'm sure so many people learned so much about the pandemic and COVID-19 just from working on these games, let alone all the people that, you know, played them and that it touched the lives of. So thank you to everybody that was involved.
And it was, you know, they didn't make our job easy picking the winners because the top 15 were also great. Like, it was hard to narrow it down to just 5, but, you know, that was a good problem to have.
And it brought people from all around the world. It was just such high, you know, quality content coming into this this game jam. So, and huge shout out to Tim. Thank you so much, Tim, for all of your organization and wrangling. I'm forgetting your exact title at Seattle Indies.
I'm the president of the board at Seattle Indies.
President of the board at Seattle Indies, and you had a huge hand in jamming the curve, as well as so many other game jams that people know and love in this area, and that reach so many people. So thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for hosting the stream today. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, we got a cat butt. Okay, move on. Anything that else that you want to say to wrap up here today?
I don't know. I mean, I live hearing stories like Yuji's about how this was his first game jam, and him and his girlfriend worked on a game together. And
that's so cute.
Made something awesome like that. And, you know, Patrice and Chelsea have also only done like 1 or 2 jams. And, you know, to see like 3 of those people be in the top 15 games is like just anybody can join a game jam and work on it. And, you know, anything can happen. You can come up with a great idea with a great team and make something that could end up being really impactful for people. So.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about it, you know, look out for, you know, join our slow jam, or look out for the next climate jam that we'll be doing in the spring probably, and you know, join it and see what happens and have a good time.
And I highly recommend the slow jams if you're going to do a first time one, because having to learn and do everything in like a 48-hour game jam is really overwhelming and might be a bit of a turnoff for people just trying to get into it. But having, you know, a week, 2 weeks to learn, create, meet people, you know, and have it be less of a stressful experience is a great first time. I know Patrice has been wonderful to work with. We just worked on a game jam together for another good cause. I'm going to be playing that game tomorrow at the end of my stream, and it's adorable. You should definitely come check that out. People like Brad, there's so many people in this community, especially with Seattle Indies, that are warm and inviting and encouraging and supportive. So, you know, reach out to people in this community if you want to get involved, because it's really meaningful, and we all need things to have an excuse to connect to new people during the pandemic. So
totally. And we should also thank all the mentors and judges who participated and gave their time to make this a great experience. I mean, we had 51 games that had to be judged, and we got great feedback and everything on all those games from multiple judges that we'll be sending out to everybody who participated this week. So people who are waiting for that can look forward to that, and that'll sort of hopefully help them on their whatever their game development path is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 3 cheers for all of the judges and all of the mentors and everybody who participated in this jam. It was such a great cause, and I look forward to maybe being a part of the slow jam next.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I am going to probably sign off for now then. We are 3 hours and 32 minutes in, and I've had a great time talking with all of these devs and designers and audio engineers. It's been great to meet so many people in the community. So
absolutely.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And I will run down just to this screen really quick and say my normal schedule. Hi, I'm Catherine, by the way. If you are not normally on my stream, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. My normal shtick is that I improv voice act indie games that don't have any voice acting. And so I give voices to the voiceless. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, my normal thing that I do is playing puzzle games and sort of doing a stream of consciousness. As I play puzzle games, I talk about the way that my brain works, what I'm thinking about, how I'm approaching games, problem solving, which I sort of attribute to my engineering background and how I solve problems, breaking things down into bite-sized pieces, looking at the end goal in mind, and things of that nature. So tomorrow, if you would like to join me again on stream from 12 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, I will be playing Baba Is You, which is an amazing developer, Hempeli, who put together a game that is fairly simplistic in its visual style. It's very pixely, but the impact and puzzles that he creates with these fairly simplistic objects is really, really impressive. So I hope to see you tomorrow, and if not, maybe Tuesday and Thursday as I play Eichenfell, which is an adorable game that doesn't have any voice acting. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate all of your time. There are so many other things you could be doing right now, even though it's in a pandemic, but you chose to spend your time with me, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your time. So thank you all so much. I hope to see you later. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and if I don't see you again, have a great weekend. Okay, bye for now.